Hello, everybody. This is Paul Whitehead, FIDE Master Paul Whitehead at the Mechanics Institute Chess Club, and you're watching a slideshow of some images from the Mechanics Institute archive, stretching back. I think one of the oldest pictures we have here is Capablanca at the club. There's Huya Fan, George Koltanowski, Mikhail Tal playing Patrick Wolf right here. George Koltanowski again. Various people, old and young, at the chess club. There's Boris Spassky playing at the chess club. Roman Djindjandashvili, who worked here. Uyanga Biamba and Natalia Sodakova. Petrosian gave us simul here, as you'll see pictures of. There's John Fedorowicz. People have fun here at the club, apparently. There's Jim Tarjan on his comeback trail. This is a photo from the archives. Guthrie McLean, Imre Koenig, John Donaldson, George Koltanowski giving a blindfold simul at the club. There is me with Grandmaster William Lombardi and Bill Addison. I'm not sure this young lady's name. This is Tigran Petrosian giving a simul at the club. Walter Brown and Jesse Cry, Grandmasters. Tony, Sam Shanklin and Greg Shahade. Bill Addison again, Bagby, Stamer, Peter Gray. I'm not sure who's giving a simul here. This is a Grandmaster tournament with Conrad Hull, and there's me and my brother, in 1972. Alex Yermolinsky, who is Grandmaster in Residence. Jeffrey Zhang giving a chess simul, here. There's Capablanca and AJ Fink here at the club in the 1920s. Smyslov giving a simul here at the club. This was a big tournament here, held with Nick DeFermian and other grandmasters. None, fortunately. Vince McCambridge. Fabiano Caruana playing here at the club just last month. Steve Brandywine, Walter Dorn, and Tony. And there's Bobby Fischer, who came to the club in around that time. And ending with a picture of the current chess room director, Abel Telementis. And now we are live at the chess club with, I am FIDE Master Paul Whitehead. I'm going to try to explain what's going on here at the Tuesday night marathon. And behind me is Reka Steri, who is one of our senior tournament directors here. We have three. This is a large tournament. There's over 100 players playing in chess rooms. You can see a peek of that up above. And in two separate rooms. There's a Skittles room. This is the office. And we're going to get going here at the round 2 of the Tuesday night marathon. I'm going to try to bring up the DGT board here and see what's going on our top boards. And then we'll talk about all kinds of other things here at the club. And maybe we'll talk about them right now, because here comes Abel Telementis and I'm trying to find out where I can put his name.
No, you don't need my name.
And let's see. Transition. But now all I'm getting is video YouTube. I hope we're not just watching video YouTube, but we're watching the.
Do I need to go grab him?
Yeah, go ask Juan what's going on.
Although
here.
I think he laughed. The question is, are we actually broadcasting?
Are we actually broadcasting on Twitch TV? I think I know people can hear us. Maybe we can ask Reka. Twitch.tv/mechanicschess and see what's going on. Anyway, I'm here with Mechanics Institute Chess Room Director Abel Talamentes, and
is that the...
You are broadcasting.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it looks real. It's as real as it gets
like
here,
our dummies,
folks. Yeah. You want to see warts? We got warts for you. Yeah.
With all the imperfections.
It's all CGI. Some people with some terrible imagination.
Animations. So,
okay, so can you see us? Yeah, well, that's what. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
There we go.
All right, so I'm here with Mechanics Institute Chess Room Director Abel Talamentes. We're unable to put his name up right now, but we will again. And we know who he is.
Appreciate it. This is Paul Whitehead. Oh, but your name is there.
Famous in the world of chess. So tell us, well, I'm going to jump right in. What there was a tournament this weekend, the Stamer.
Yeah, so we did the Arthur Stamer Memorial. Yeah, it was a pretty solid turnout. We had, I think it was 34 players.
Strong, too.
It was strong, actually. I think of the 34, I think 27 of them were over 1,500, and there were a lot, more than half, I think, were 1,800 or over. And so it was really strong, and it was a good, solid turnout. It was a 2-day event. So it was 4 rounds on Saturday, game 55, 2 on Sunday, game 155. So, kind of a true marathon, and the players came out on top. 2 National Masters kids, Ezra Chambers and Eric Lee.
Ezra Chambers and Eric Lee, congratulations.
Yeah, and so I'll just talk about the tournament real quick. We have a special guest. Yeah, jump in there. And we have go ahead and
sure.
Yeah. And this is Rune Dixit. He had he was paired today. He didn't get to play. Opponent couldn't make it today, so he agreed to kind of jump in this chair as soon as I talk about the tournaments, and then I'll hand it over to you and Paul. You can talk about the games.
Right.
But the Stamer Memorial was a good, great turnout. And then another big tournament coming in 2 weeks, the Addison Memorial, which we're going to have here at the Mechanics Institute with a $5,000 guaranteed prize pool, and it's going to be in sections. So we'll have a championship section, 2,000 plus, with an under 2,200 prize, and then we'll have a section A, B, C, and then a DE unrated section. So
that's going to be a big tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be a big tournament. We expect a lot of strong players. There's a lot of enthusiasm about it this weekend. We're talking about it. A lot of the players I've been talking about tonight. It's exciting. So yeah.
Are you going to play, Aaron?
Probably, yeah. I went there last year. I really enjoyed the experience.
Okay.
Perfect.
Great tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, and we expect GMs and IMs to be playing, so it'll be a great weekend. The 3-day and 2-day options. So registration's open. Chessclub.org.
Right. Count me in.
All right.
Okay. And Addison was the first was the chess room director, not the first chess room director. Stamer was the first chess room director.
And Addison was a long time.
Yeah. And John used to talk a lot. John Donaldson used to talk a lot about how Addison was the strongest chess player to come out of San Francisco.
Yeah. He was IM, wasn't he?
He was an international master, yeah, and also really strong player. He played in interzonal with the same one that Bobby Fischer won in, I think. And
fantastic.
Yeah.
And then just a little brag for the Mechanics Institute Chess Club. There was an article I wrote for Chess Life. It's in this month's issue, so people out there, if you got the Chess Life, if you got it in the mail, check it out.
Wow.
And it's kind of nice because I talk about kind of the direction we want to take the club moving forward. A lot of the stuff we've kind of like instituted already now, but we want it to spread to our tournaments and through our scholastics. Just positive stuff, good for the community. Kind of having a purpose behind what we do here at the chess club. So
Right.
we think it's important, but we think that it impacts the community, and from I see it from the players. I think they feel it. They see the enthusiasm from us. So it's an exciting thing.
We're having a good time.
Yeah, we're having a great
Yeah.
time
With chess.
Yeah, and then Reika's behind me. She's having a fantastic time TDing. We're all loving what we do here. Very lucky.
Okay. And after just give us one thing that's coming up after the Addison and a future thing outside of that you see happening.
Well, just kind of like on kind of a bigger picture. If you look at what we're seeing tonight out there, we're literally completely packed. I mean, the next step for us to fit more people is to literally throw guards on the floor and have them just play on the floor. I mean, we are so completely packed.
Yeah, the chess club is a popular place on Tuesday night. It's amazing.
It's totally full. And one of the things that we're going to be looking to do is we're going to start organizing events outside of the Mechanics Institute.
Uh-huh.
So we bring the same kind of philosophy and culture that we have here, but we're going to bring it out to the community. So in the future, you can expect events in other areas of the Bay Area from the Mechanics Institute, and just kind of grow what we do in both scholastics and tournaments. And we're really excited about that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. And on that note, thank you, everyone. I want to give the chair to Arun Dixit.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Thanks. We'll start looking at some chess games.
Yes, we will.
And now you're on the hot seat.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
First time, so it's good.
All right. Well, so we're over here. So how do I activate the DGT board here?
GT Wars.
Where are they?
What high school? What high school?
Vista.
Two camera scene. That was the problem. Okay. Gotcha. All right, now I know exactly where we are.
We're live when we can kind of share our challenges here in the broadcast, trying to figure everything out.
Then you see Aaron.
Aaron Dixit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay.
We have
Awesome.
your name here.
Yes, we do.
Thank you, Juan. So we're thank you, Aaron. So you're in high school and you're a USCF expert rated chess player,
Yes, I am.
and you won your game on a forfeit tonight.
Yeah.
Which is every once in a while it feels good to win a game like that.
I agree.
And you can relax and prepare for.
And next week he'll probably be on the broadcast board.
Yeah, so
Yeah. So
at the very least.
So you'll have 2 points. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
One and a half.
1.5. All right. So somebody's saying something. Okay. Somebody is being kind of nasty. Can we? Yeah. All right. There might be a way to, but it's okay. We're going to let Juan deal with that, and let's look at some of the boards here.
Sure.
Let's start with the top board. Isaiah Kim versus Chambers,
Interesting.
and this is the second round of the Tuesday night marathon. And
King's Indian transpose possibly?
okay.
Yeah.
So you might be puzzled about this.
Yeah.
This knight b8 move, and it is a kind of a little bit of a provocative way for black to play,
Right.
but it's normal. I mean, black could also play knight e5. It's less ambitious.
Yeah.
Knight b8, and you're going to try to chip away at the white pawns, extended white pawn at d5.
Yeah.
This is all pretty kind of normal
Yeah.
moves.
You don't see knight c6 every day.
No.
Yeah, I have to.
Okay, bishop g4 is reasonable.
Knight e1 is another way to play this, to bring the knight to d3.
Yeah. Probably black's knight on a6 is ready to go to c5 at any moment. But I like knight d7. It's a good rerouting
Hopefully in
move.
the future. Hopefully the buys work for the future.
And yeah,
Yeah. At this point, I think they've kind of declared their intentions. White is going on the king side, black's going on the queen side. I think it's going to be a fight. I mean, normally in these kind of positions I take white, but that's just a matter of taste.
There's a
there'd be more chances for both sides if the white squared bishops were still on the board.
True. Yeah.
It's a little bit boring like this, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Let's look at the next game.
Okay.
This is WFM movie Segmed Munchkulin, right?
You're saying that right.
Munchkulin, Segmed, and she's playing Tenzing Shaw, pretty strong chess player.
Oh, it's a
I know
sniper.
I saw it. Why is it
Dangerous.
now?
I don't know. I think he only gets chat.
Oh, because I refreshed it.
Yeah.
Well, what if I
All right, not very ambitious on White's part here.
Yeah.
No, it's only there. I think like you only see
And already Black has an easy game. That's an interesting move.
Knight c5. Just trying to open everything. I don't know about this plan because I'm a bit skeptical about the doubling of the c pawns.
Well, Black is planning a quick rook d8 and bishop d4, so it's actually got its points.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting idea.
I agree. Yeah, he
Black
has,
is not going to be worse.
yeah, queen c3 can come in sometimes too, if needed.
Yeah, I think it was an interesting and ambitious way to play. All right, on the third board is a veteran Russell Wong versus National Master Russell Wong versus Ethan Boldy. And so we're going to see how this game is going. We have some an international master playing in this tournament. Elliot Winslow lost his first game, so we might not hear from him for a while
Yeah.
on the top boards,
So we'll be back. I'm soon.
on the DGT boards.
Yeah.
This seems to be going well for Black.
Yeah.
He's playing on two sides of the board,
Yeah.
so I like Black. Black's fine here. White's again another non-ambitious opening approach.
I've seen Ethan do this a lot. He always goes for the queen side and the French.
It can be. I've lost my mouse.
Happens.
Has anybody seen? Oh, it's over on the other board. So we don't have any kind of analytical capability. We're just back and forth and having to use our brains. What's left of them. So here is Andrew Tratner versus woman FIDE master Natalia Sodikova. And I don't know Mr. Tratner. I think he's an expert.
No.
And Natalia has been a master. She's a very experienced player.
Right. Actually, you can get these positions a lot in French, but except for b3, bishop b2. Like that's the only exception. The pawns on e6, a6, pretty common.
Both players are being careful,
Yeah.
but I think Black is already equalized. I mean, White's bishop at c4 is going to have to go back, and we're left with a symmetrical pawn formation. Not much happening here.
Not doing much on c4.
I'm a little bored so far, you folks. I'm going to go home. No, here's an 11-year-old master Rui. Is that how you pronounce her name?
Yes, it is.
Yang
Rui,
Yeah.
Rui Yan, and she is 11 years old and the third strongest 11-year-old chess player in the country. So watch out. And she's playing Pranav Sethal Kumar. I don't know who he is. Is he a master or expert?
He's an expert.
He's an expert. Thanks,
Yeah,
Aaron.
sure.
You know, I should have the cheat sheet in front of me. In fact, I do. And I'm just not using it. very trendy variation with D3
Yeah, the anti-Berlin.
of the Berlin.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Pran
Yeah, I think
blundered upon here.
I think black has blundered upon.
Yeah.
This is pretty unbelievable for a 2100 player
Yeah.
to blunder a pawn like this in an opening that he's playing. You'd think that he would know better, but
Yeah, I don't see much for black here, honestly.
and white doesn't even have to do anything usually in these positions,
Yeah.
except for be a little careful. This is opening up the diagonal for the black bishop.
Yeah.
Starting to look a little more unclear now.
Yeah.
Although the white king is going to look comfortable on g3, it's still the black bishop being activated is kind of worrisome
Yeah.
to me. And
Also, after you get out of the pin, you can always opt in for knight h4.
yeah, let's go back because this is a very instructive game here, to my mind. I'm going to go back even maybe a little bit further. Yeah, this is just white being up a clear pawn. And I'm not, that looks a little funny, putting the queen opposite the rook as well, but like you could play knight f1 and, well, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah.
To e3.
Queen e3 looks reasonable. Just getting out of the pin.
And now here, what about f4, f5, shutting the bishop out completely?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Queen c3
Queen
is
C3.
going to attack the c2 pawn.
Probably f5 just killing the bishop.
f5, bishop h7,
Yeah.
and then defend the pawn.
Yeah, maybe rook-
Play a takes b5, and then one of the rooks to c1.
Or maybe even rook c1 immediately. That either if you ever take ba4, you have knight c4. But probably black's not going to do that.
Anyway, this makes total sense too.
Yeah.
But this is maybe something that's not right. To play e5 and start to open up the influence. I mean, there's no reason to me that I can see to do that. Is somebody putting more stuff up? I keep seeing somebody saying, please ban string dog. So can you ban string dog over here? Because it is, somebody's just being a rude person, and we don't think.
We don't like rude people.
Oh, great. Okay, good. So, all right. So there we go, and we're here, and now
Yeah.
Queen C2.
Oh my god. I think black...
Rook C1, Bishop E4, Rook C3, Bishop F3.
I think black is back in the game.
King F. Yeah, black is definitely back in the game. This is a most unfortunate
That's-
way for white to have played.
Very unfortunate. If rook ac1, just take the pawn on a4.
No, but I'm looking at Rook
If rook
C1,
ec1, bishop e4.
Rook C3, Bishop F3,
Yeah,
and a bunch
then
of
take the pawn
pawns
on
get.
d4. Yeah.
Okay. This is a better move. This is definitely a better move. All right, I'm going to go and look at some other games here. Gaffigan, Ivanov. These are two very strong experts. Both of them have beaten masters and, we've transposed into some kind of equal position here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty equal, but black is definitely equalized with this knight on d5. Sitting on an outpost.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much to say. Now, what if you had black taken with the b pawn after knight takes c6? Then his bishop on d7 is not the best piece.
I mean, simpler for white is to just play knight takes c6 right here, rather than play bishop b5. And what are you going to do? Trade this bishop off? Why do you want to trade this bishop off? It's not for the knight. It's just a mistake. I think bishop b5 is a bad move, or close to a bad move, and doesn't make sense in this position. If white can trade white squared bishops, sometimes that's done in a French defense in this kind of position. But you don't want to exchange that white squared bishop for that black knight at c6.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in this game, and just led to, I mean, there was a wholesale trade on that square. This is, again, one minor piece too many exchanged. So, that's my view of that.
I
If
agree.
players want an interesting game, then they have to sometimes avoid those kind of exchanges. Here's Brian Doyle, Master Brian Doyle, home, and he is white against David Askin, and Brian is playing a la Bobby Fischer. This line is, I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
But, white has the 2 bishops and now the 3 bishops. He's about to gain the 3 bishops. Black's opening up the game for white. My gut says white's much better here, but, you never know.
Yeah. I like white here. But black does have his
2
chances.
bishops,
Yeah, true. Queen d4
and now rook e1 or something.
just pin city.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep moving on. These are 2 players that I'm not very familiar with. They have, they both are experts. Tiani, he is a national master, has been a national master, even though his rating is dipped below that to 2186. According to my latest information from my spies in the chess room, right?
Okay. It's supposed to be an aggressive green fellow. But
You may know more about this opening than I do. It looks like,
I don't like the bishop on b7 at all.
no,
I think bishop a6 trading it would have been better.
yeah, black is going to be weak on the c file though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure. It looks to me like a lot of people going nowhere, and that's an aggressive
Yeah.
try and probably justified move for this position because
Yeah.
I
Black
like
needs
it.
something,
I
yeah.
like it. I like it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't, I mean, of course, black's going to play knight c4 if you don't take this thing.
Yeah.
And
Bishop f3. Yeah, it looks pretty normal. So okay, so you can never go d4 because bishop on b7 is hanging. I was also thinking about castle instead, but should all just be fine. Knight e4. Yeah, it's just one play.
yeah. Okay, so black is probably doing just fine here. And let's go on to our next game. We have a very strong player down here with a half-point buy in the first game, and that's why he's down here on board 10, board 9, FIDE Master Kyron Griffith. And this is one of the winners of the last Tuesday Nightmare. How's all this going?
Better.
Oh, right. Look at all these people talking to us. Howdy, Paul and Aaron. Howdy, IMF Pawn. This is great. Thanks for banning him. Yes, we banned somebody. All right, so we're just doing the best we can here. Thanks for talking to us. we're looking at games from round 2 of the Tuesday night marathon. We could be looking at Alta Box, Norway, where Magnus Carlsen is playing right now. We could be sitting in our room playing chess with somebody else who's sitting in their room, and on Twitch or somewhere else on the internet, and sipping a soda and being cool and playing other people. Instead, we're in a chess tournament, a chess club with over 100 people playing chess around me, and we're talking about the games that are going on here. So this is kind of a different thing with some of the players that are participating in the tournament, like Arun here. And so we're looking now at Robert Smith, whose rating is 1900 or something, and he is playing, or 1800, and he's playing 2455 rated Kyron Griffith.
That's incredible.
So this is the highest ranked player in the tournament. Am I right? Is 2455? He's the highest ranked player in the tournament. He's not the highest titled player in the tournament, which is Elliot Winslow, who took what kind of buy is it when you lose your first game?
That's a just warming up buy.
Just a warming up buy, right? Where
That
you
took a
lose.
buy.
Right. Okay.
Giving everyone false sense of security.
Giving him, and then he comes back for the killer comeback.
He sort of did that in the last tournament, right?
Elliot is the guy that you just do not want to count out. It's the ever, come back. You think he's dead, and then he grabs you by the ankle and pulls you down
The swamp.
into the swamp.
And actually, when he won 4 straight to tie for first in the last tournament, and Kyron Griffith was one of the people he beat.
That's right. That's right.
You gotta watch out.
So, just because you're old and down for the count doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to grab somebody by the ankle
He gives us all guys some faith.
and drag him into the swamp. Yeah. Okay. So, but Kyron's a young, strong player. He's already 2450. I think he already has an international master norm, and so he's. And this is an opening I've played with white, and A4 does not fit in well with this. If I would just go ahead and play something like G4 and F5 or F5 right away, or there's no reason for white to play A4 that I can see, except for to set up some other kind of target.
Queen on A5 sits pretty nice. Unchallenged.
It could.
Supports possible
And this is
D5.
just like random play here by white.
Oh wait, was that rook takes E5?
Yeah, but white's already desperate enough, desperate in this situation, and feels like he has to give. He's already given up a pawn. If he moves the rook back, then pawn takes pawn. There's nothing really to show for it.
Yeah. Wow, that's really aggressive. But I think it may be sound.
I think he's already. Well, I mean, I think that black could probably play bishop takes rook here.
Yeah.
Well, then white's gonna go for E4, knight E4 at some point.
Yeah.
But this is an interesting move, F6, and now the rook. I guess the rook is going to go back to E1, and then bishop D7. And if white plays bishop takes D4, then F takes E5 in that position is more favorable for black than if he had played bishop takes E5 right away.
Yeah. The opening has gone well for Kyron.
Yeah, he's already up a pawn. No, is he up a pawn? No,
Don't
he's
think so.
not. But rook E1, bishop D7. I don't like A4. I just think A4 is kind of a waste of time.
This position is very preferable.
And finally, on board 10, we have another very strong player playing on A player, and this is Conrado Diaz playing Kevin Yanofsky. And Conrado Diaz is a strong master and has also tied for first or won this tournament on several occasions. So the Tuesday Night Marathon is the strongest weekday tournament held in the United States, largest and strongest, I think, without a doubt. And there are other clubs that traditionally hold stronger chess tournaments or have, generally, high-ranked players, but we have a lot of players. So what? Nobody's playing Bobby Fischer here tonight, but. And I don't know this opening, folks, so.
I don't either. I'm an E4 player.
Black has certainly not been afraid of the strong player that he's playing, and seems to have some dynamic chances here, maybe based on the fact that Queen C5 check and compensating for weaknesses that he has, and to develop some fast active counterplay. White's a little undeveloped here.
Yeah, Quinton, this was a Queen's Gambit.
Was it a Queen's Gambit?
I think
yes,
so.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a Slav defense, right?
Yeah.
A Slav, and so on and so forth. This is a line that I don't know, or an opening that I don't know much about. Black really plays. If there's an improvement, if this is, I'm sure, book, and but. That's a bad black bishop. White's fallen a little behind in development here, which is black's maybe black's saving grace. But black is going to have to do something. White has some long-term positional trumps. The main one being that bishop, the weak squares on the d file, and the bishop blocked out at h7.
Yeah.
So
Black's just betting on his dynamic chances with g4 maybe coming in.
yeah, and Queen c5 check and
Yeah. Maybe here White could play g4 himself, but it's a little bit risky.
Okay, I'm looking at some of the comments. All right, let's go back to board one and see what's going on here. So it's slowed down a lot actually, and we've come to this position.
Yeah.
All right.
Ezra's gone for the break with e6.
Yeah.
That's quite a move.
Well, no danger for black because of the bishop at g7. If bishop c5, rook d8, and who knows?
Yeah.
Is there some trouble here? Queen e1.
Rook d2. Well, if you take on c5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be trouble.
Could be a problem. Yeah. You always got to watch out that b3 pawn.
Well, White has not played this game very very dynamically.
Yeah.
And black has been going for it.
Yeah. I'm very skeptical about White's compensation for this pawn. There can't be much here. Like, black's bishops are also breathing, so.
Well, we'll see what happens. Okay. We liked black's position before, and we still I like black's position even more now. It's got a very dynamic kind of position.
Yeah. Black does have pretty nice chances here. I wouldn't be
We'll
surprised
see.
if rook takes f3 came.
Knight g4 and knight e5.
Yeah.
Rook f3, yeah, and then
And
knight h4.
Yeah.
Okay.
pretty common sacrifice in the French.
And Natalia is equalizing all over the place in this game. And this is...
Oh, you're back.
This has gone very well for white.
Yeah.
Second exchange looks nice, says
This is how you make
Quentin Tanksley. Quentin Tanksley. It's like a tongue twister.
your stomach.
So what do you think about this position? Do you think white can win?
She's still with
this?
them.
Sure.
Yeah. I think rook a6 eventually with that more active rook should be fine.
Huh?
My only concern is black.
Well,
can go
rook a5.
Rook a5 and then rook c4. I don't know.
Pronunciation is on point. Well, yeah. Doing the best we can. So, let's see. Let's keep running down. White is definitely better here. Chance to break through on the king side as well.
Yeah.
And this is
41 is where
the game that we were looking at
Saw that end.
with this.
no, he's resigned.
Okay. Black is doing great here. The exchange of knight for bishop is this black knight on d5 is such a strong piece.
Yeah.
And so black has a totally equal game here, if not even slightly better. Brian Doyle is piling on the pressure here with this almost comical position here with the two bishops. You want to see black's perspective when flipping the board? Okay.
Don't know if you'd like that.
Yeah, I don't like black's perspective here. Like I said, this is almost a comical situation here. I mean, how can black survive this?
Yeah. I mean, this position just tells a very sad story for black.
If white can play c4, then black's position will collapse like a house of cards, probably.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like it here either. Let's feel the terror. Okay. Yeah, okay. I like that, you guys. Thank you for helping out. I want to feel the terror, too. Yeah. Okay, so Brian Doyle seems to be doing fine in that game. And here we have this. This is black is going to be fine here too. As long as the question of the light squared bishop can be solved. If black can, put that bishop on d3, and this is the way I think, folks. I'm just thinking about where my pieces are going to go. So if you think that that's valuable, I think black should be doing okay here. And this is some tactical reason why. Queen g5 looks good, maybe. And if that doesn't work, then just something like queen e7 should be fine.
Yeah.
As long as that black bishop can be rerouted to, another diagonal. It doesn't sit well on that diagonal.
I was also thinking queen c3 here. It might be very strong for black.
You wish you could play in one of our tournaments, but Florida is too far. Yeah, Florida is kind of far away. But maybe you can come here and play someday. You have you definitely just come to San Francisco and play in one of our weekend tournaments. You don't have to play in a Tuesday night tournament. But maybe you will get to do that one day. The chess world is a funny place. Somebody has a question for you, Aaron.
Do you plan on going to Nats next year?
Nationals.
Nationals.
I guess.
Oh.
Next school year.
Maybe not. Don't know if I'm completely ready for it. I'm just trying to get my rating up, and we'll see after that.
Okay.
Okay.
The high school network that I'm unfamiliar with, very unfamiliar with. Okay, let's move on here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay.
Actually, could we stay on this game for a while?
Okay.
Because I saw a pretty instructive sacrifice with queen takes c3. I think black can get very good play there.
With two bishops for a
But we're also
queen.
getting the rook, right?
Yeah, but that's true. Queen takes bishop and
Rook takes, take it. And then you got rook c8, rook d8. Everything's coming.
Black's going to have a great game in that position. I agree. And
Yeah. Let's see. If
very
he goes for-
tempting.
Yeah.
I like that, and that's a dynamic thinking that I wasn't using my brain at that point. Nice queen sack is true. I'm looking at something simple though, like queen g5, but that's maybe that's white will have h4 if you do that and deflecting the queen.
Yeah.
So I like your idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what happens. But here's Karen Griffith again, and so we were at this point, and f6 was played, and then white did sacrifice the exchange in this way.
Yeah.
But this is,
So he did take that exchange.
yeah, I don't think this is good for white. Unless white can play a very quick knight e4. It might be the thing, it might be the ticket, but it's going to be difficult because black has got queen b4, and then
Yeah.
a lot could depend on what happens tactically in the next few moves and how fast white is able to get some counterplay. Queen e3 looks like a good start, maybe to play knight e4, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like black should be able to
I
sort
feel
of-
like
yeah,
black should be okay here
be able
too.
to weather the storm.
Yep. Okay. And finally on board 10, Conrado. And we're still at this position. Conrado must be finding it difficult to find a
Yeah.
good move here. Okay.
Okay.
Back to board 1. And are we
E6.
stuck here? We're still stuck on e6.
Isaiah takes a thing.
Yeah. This game has progressed though. After queen a2, bishop takes c5 was played, rook g8, and bishop d3. She must have calculated that there was no way to take advantage of the pin. And now we're with this position.
After queen e2. Interesting. I was kind of wondering it might be black's best bet to just take that queen. But there might be something more.
So queen takes queen, bishop takes queen, rook d2, and then rook f2, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
Oh wait, rook. Wait, I think I saw a tactic. Actually, no, never mind.
no, there's no.
Yeah, it's not
There's
working.
nothing that works there. It
Yeah.
seems. Yeah, you don't like white's position, but I'm finding it difficult. Maybe black plays queen a5 here, but yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Okay.
And what black. Now white could even play b4. Maybe this hasn't worked out as well for. I think black. You're thinking that black might be pushing too hard in this game, because white's basically done nothing but sort of react. I thought, but anyway, let's look at the next game.
Sure.
And this is nothing has happened here.
Ethan's
I think
thinking-
we're going to see some exploding tactics soon
think he's
in
thinking
some of
about
these games.
Sacrificing the rook.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to point out that I don't think e5 was the best because it opens a line for the c4 bishop. It can
Yeah,
breathe.
but it closes the line for the b2 bishop.
True. But c4 bishop, it feels like it can breathe now. Like, it felt so dead before.
Yeah, but b5, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's lots of different ways, approaches to take here in this position. So, different things that different players can do.
Flexible.
Yeah. And it also depends on the kind of player you are, which plan you'll choose. White's made progress, or has he, or has she?
I think she has.
Rook d6 is the move I want to play if I'm white here.
Yeah. Tough to get that in, but definitely the plan, yeah. Actually, I'm finding it a bit difficult for like white to crash through because black's f7 and h6 pawns are doing a good job. Just controlling any break. You know, black may survive this. I'm trying to think.
Yep, all rook and pawn endings are drawn, folks. Remember that.
In most cases.
If just to go back here, if white plays rook d6, which looks like one of the few ways to make progress, black will play rook takes a4, white will play rook takes h6, and then it's doubtful that white will be able to achieve much more here with black also having a pass up the pawn at a7 that will run. It's possible that white can try that to try to win.
Yeah, Quinton, black may survive this. I agree.
All right. Mr. All right.
Oh no.
Well,
I don't like this for white. I mean, like I saw a very instructive position in one of the books I was reading recently. Like it showed black like win in tremendous style, like white getting absolutely no counterplay.
this could be bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all for white.
Can you do a heat trace?
Okay.
Oh, no, you can't. Can you do a walkthrough in the main room just to make sure?
Bishop g5, I like that. Also freeing up the f pawn
The
in case you want to go f4.
next door.
Well, I think that that's the idea here.
Oh wait. Okay, so rook e6 f4, I think. That's the piece.
Yeah. Or just nobody's causing commotion talking.
If there are any other complications. Maybe black has to go knight f6 if there's any other choice.
If rook e6, f4, h6, bishop h4, and black is in trouble, I think, no matter how you slice the pie. I mean, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe knight f6 is forced.
Yeah.
And then white just wins another pawn by playing bishop f6, or wins a pawn by playing bishop takes f6 and f4. And you can't play knight g7 because you lose. So you play knight g6,
Knight g6.
and then, oh yeah, I can't take it f6 because.
Yeah. So maybe knight f6 we won't take. Possibly. Yeah, I agree. Complete torture for black after knight f6. It's very tough.
Yeah, and white can take. Oh no, white can't take it. I thought I saw a tactic which was not there.
Yeah. So Brian's
White's better anyway.
Brian's in the driver's seat here.
The driver's seat. And back here,
Queen f5.
queen f5. Unexpected. Black's not wanting to take any risks.
Understandable because
I liked queen takes c3 check. I like that move.
yeah, I really like that too.
Yeah.
That was a move.
So now bishop e2, and then white just can castle, and then then maybe bishop d5. I mean, black is going to get a couple of quick shots in, but it's not going to be enough, I think, to make.
Yeah. I think in the long run the e4 pawn could be a problem. Just blocking the bishop and the queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for your comments. I think they're spot on. Okay, so this game, after White decided that he wanted to get some material back and played bishop b7, queen c7 attacks, relocates the queen and attacks the bishop.
Right.
I think black is starting. Black just needs to get sort of control of this position, and taking on e5 might be a good start. If the white pawn was at g3, I'd feel a little better about his position, but
Yeah, black's starting to feel the heat. Because I think once the e5 pawn disappears, you're never going to have knight e4 coming with that punch.
yeah. Okay, this is Diaz versus Yanovsky. And after queen c7, White played queen b4. He felt it necessary to get that queen on that diagonal. I can see the reason to play queen g6 too. And now a6
a6.
to prevent knight b5. I guess maybe queen b4 is a nice, strong move.
Ooh, queen d6.
Yeah, I like the way White's gotten something here.
But I couldn't see the comments.
The endgame's going to be pretty nice for white if black exchanges. Well, I don't know if black has a choice. Because e5 always comes in if you go for like some queen c8 nonsense.
White's much better here.
Yeah.
Much, much better. I think black, after this long think, it's in this position that black should maybe start looking hard at what he can do.
Yeah. I just feel a6 isn't the most dynamic move in the world.
Maybe knight c5 to prevent, but I don't know, knight b5, the knight e4 check. Yeah. Black needs to do something quickly here. As I was saying, otherwise positionally he can get smushed.
Yeah, all the pieces.
Also, look at knight g4 check as well. I mean, to play queen f4 check and try to force the king back into the center. Of course, you can play king g1.
Yeah, that was
Was it
g1.
just those?
Yeah, but I think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You bring me.
Maybe white can survive that.
Hey, Aaron,
Yeah.
can I ask you to step down for just 5 minutes?
Sure.
Because I want Stephen Dunlap, Mr. Stephen Dunlap, to come sit here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And for just 5 minutes
actually did
and
something
explain
major.
some incredible. Hold on, folks. Here, I'm going to quickly find Aaron's name. And all right, sitting with me is Stephen Dunlap, who is a library. What's your official title here at the Mechanics Institute?
I am a librarian, and my official title is Head of Technical Services, which
Okay.
is more than anybody wants to know.
Right, and you're also a chess player.
Yes.
Well, no, you.
Not a very good one, but yes.
But you've done some. You actually have done an amazing thing that concerns chess and library science, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Can you explain what that is to the world at large here?
Well, for people who want to study chess openings, there's some difficulties when you have a very large collection. The Mechanics Institute Library specializes in chess, and we have one of the largest chess collections in the world, the second largest in the United States.
Wow.
So we have, the last time I counted, a little over 2,100 books about chess. Out of those, 586 are about chess openings. So in most public libraries, they've got like 10 or 20 books on openings, and you just look at whatever they've got, and you're stuck with whatever it is they're willing to stock. With us, with almost 600 books about openings,
600 opening books.
it's
Squeezed into a couple of numbers, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit daunting, and they're squeezed into one number.
One number.
And they're distinguished by the author's name. So if you're interested in what a given author has written about chess openings, you're in luck. All of those books are going to be clustered together on the shelf. If, however, you're shopping around to see, okay, what books do we have on the Sicilian defense?
Right,
or-
right. That's
or-
always been a problem going into a large library and trying to find an opening book.
Yes, yes, because it's going to be by author's name, so books by various authors about the Sicilian defense are going to be scattered throughout those 586, almost 600 books. So I managed to convince the Library of Congress, actually the part of the Library of Congress that administers the Dewey Decimal System, which is the classification system we use at the Mechanics Institute Library. They were very, very nice, very understanding, and we got everything we wanted faster than we had expected. And it's actually Paul who came up with the insight that why don't we just use the Encyclopedia of Chess Openings classification system and work it into Dewey? And much to my surprise and very much pleased with the result, they said yes. So now it's possible, it's allowed within the standards for us to class chess books by the specific opening rather than just dump everything in the one number and file it by author.
It's absolutely incredible that the Mechanics Institute was involved with that. I'm very proud of my very small contribution to that. I mean, and you are to be commended, and the Institute in general, for getting this. How many libraries worldwide will this help, do you reckon? I mean, like, or is it impossible to say?
It's difficult to say. Small public libraries with small chess collections, they're not going to want to bother.
Okay.
If it's 20 books, why bother? You can
Right.
look through 20 books and find the ones you want.
Gotcha.
For very large collections, it does make a difference. I don't know the name of the library, but I remember the librarian of the Library of Congress mentioned that a member of the editorial committee that approved this change is director of a library in Australia, and her catalogers were very pleased because whatever that library is in Australia has a large chess collection. So it really is for a niche of libraries, not just with a collection of chess books, but with a rather large collection of chess books.
Fantastic. I mean, what about the Cleveland Public Library? Do you think that and they have the largest chess book collection in the world, from what I've heard. Do you think that they'll adopt this system?
It depends. The
Or
Cleveland
is it
Public
going to
Library.
take too long for them to do it?
Well, the Cleveland Public Library uses the Library of Congress classification system, so
I see.
they would need to do the same thing with the LC system as we managed to do with the Dewey system in order for them to be able to follow suit behind us. So in a way, we are a step ahead of Cleveland Public in this regard.
Another reason to be proud of working for the Mechanics
Yes.
Institute Chess Club. By the way,
Yes.
Stephen, how'd you do in your game tonight?
I drew. I had a draw, which I'm very pleased because
Okay.
I usually lose.
Except for when it comes to dealing with the library of the Dewey Decimal System, and then you win every time.
Yes, yes. So it's,
Congratulations, son, I guess.
yes, thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
And it's due to you. You have been an enormous help with the Thursday classes for club players. And
Now you're giving me all too much credit. All too
well,
much credit.
I have been following your guidance to the best of my ability, and
Thank you.
my game, I think, has improved a bit.
Thank you. Yeah, I hold a class here on Thursday evenings, and Nick DeFermian is about to teach a beginner's class on Wednesday. And then there's a woman's class on Sunday and a kids class on Saturday. So, I mean, every day of the week, practically, there's something going on here at the Mechanics Institute.
This is a very active club.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of outreach trying to share chess with the rest of the world and with the community.
Yeah, we're just starting to get into that, and that's largely partly to you and to Abel and to people helping with the broadcasts and all that stuff. So it's amazing. Yeah, thank you, Stephen.
You're very welcome.
Unless you have something else to add, I'll let Aaron sit back down.
Okay. Over to you, Aaron.
All right, thanks.
Well,
Wow, that's an amazing thing. I'm going to put Aaron Dixon back on.
Hope you didn't miss
And
me too much.
that was Stephen Dunlap. What an amazing thing. The Mechanics Institute has changed the Dewey Decimal System and for chess.
Yeah.
So, we hold chess tournaments and we change the Dewey Decimal System here.
It's groundbreaking.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, if you want to improve at chess, play a lot of chess, and don't spend too much time in the opening. That's my advice to you. That's the first advice I'm going to give to anybody. Master the basics, and keep the fundamentals uppermost in your mind. Rapid development, and don't give anything away.
Right. One thing I'm going to say, be sure to read your books. I learned that the hard way.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's my advice. I don't know, Quentin Tanksley. I don't know whose advice you're taking, but that's my advice. And so let's look on, and that's basically. I'm going to go to the DGT boards. Let me see if I can get back to the chess boards. There they are, and I unlock. Right? No. I did something wrong here.
Right click.
Oh, interact. Right? Here we are. I'm learning. To you, Aaron, this is probably like child's play, right?
I don't know about that. I've never screamed before.
Okay. Well, you are now. And if, in fact, I'm going to let you be the boss for 5 minutes, and I'm going to take a quick break. I'll just say Quentin. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's getting, into the second hour here, and I'm getting exhausted. We're going to leave, I'm going to leave you with Aaron for a few minutes to comment on the games. And all you do is you go up here and click on the games, and there you are. And I'll be back in a few minutes, okay?
Sure.
You feel up to this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, you're ready. All right.
Okay, all right.
How to Reassess Your Chess 4th edition. That's a good book.
Yeah.
And keep playing a lot of chess. Jeremy Silman, he's a good teacher, and he's also on chess.com. He has a chess column on chess.com, which is very entertaining, and also will teach you a lot about chess.
Yeah, he's a great author.
He's a good author. So just keep at it. I'll be back.
Gary, ChessBase is also a nice tool to use for preparation especially. And also be sure to be ready for your books. Books are equally important. Right, so about this game, Isaiah just played knight d-e4, looking at this d6 pawn. And I think we have a very classical Benoni structure, and Black can look forward to a nice game with an eventual b5 push. In turn, I think White needs to be looking at severe play against b5, and also possible expansion on the queen side with moves like a3, b4, if at all possible. And I think it's going to be a very difficult task for Black to defend his d6 pawn, which is critically weak at the moment. He should also be looking after f5. f5 is very thematic in these kind of positions. Right. Moving forward. Okay. Bishop e3 back. Looks logical. That bishop was under attack. Even b4 looked very, very nice to me. But anyhow, Black has easily equalized here, despite his c6 pawn. c6 could be a weakness. But Black is fine for the most part. Also, he might want to look at bishop d4 sometimes, try and exchange those bishops. And in that case, the d3 bishop will be critically weak because it doesn't have any targets. Like the e4 pawn, the c4 pawn, everything is blocking the d3 bishop. It's not going to have much prospects if those dark squared bishops come off. But again, here I still think b4 was the way to play. b4 is It was just called for. It's gaining space, gaining a tempo. Yeah, fixing the position of the c5 bishop. Yeah, but overall, I think chances should be roughly equal. Moving forward, game 3. Ethan has played h6 against Russell's bishop f1. Very interesting. Maybe he wants to keep the knight out of g5, but Russell very logically played knight g4, not only hitting the rook, but also looking at this e5 square. Definitely a nice square for a knight to go to. Again, h6, don't know about it. I think bishop f1, rook takes f3 with fireworks was a very nice idea. The idea is that if g takes f3, you go knight h4. And you see a lot of pressure piling up on f3, and it's not clear how white is going to defend all this stuff. But knight g4, I think white is just very comfortable here. He should be fine. Okay, moving forward. Queen b6 has been played. Yeah, it looks like a very safe square for the queen. The queen will remain unchallenged on that square. In these kind of positions, I personally believe that white should be looking after this e4 square, of which he has full control. And black in turn should be looking how to make use of these d and c files, and should strive to gain play along those two files where he can sit comfortably. About the opening, b3, a very interesting opening. It just led to a very comfortable French position for black. And eventually we saw this e5 break, which I was a bit skeptical about letting this bishop on c4 breathe some fire, which it wasn't doing on e6. However, it has its ideas because now the b2 bishop is less effective than it was before. Overall, I think it's a normal position. Okay, on with the next game. This is the end game we have between Rui Yang and Pranav. And here we see, okay, black is down a pawn, but I wouldn't be surprised if he could hold this because he's very solid. His f7 pawn is containing all the pressure. And yeah, the rook was tied down. Oh, rook d7 has just been played. Ooh, so white is playing for the tricks. White's hoping that if rook takes a4, then g6 is coming in and white crashes through. Oh, welcome back, Paul. We were discussing this endgame after rook d7, and I just telling the viewers about how difficult it would be for white to convert this because the f7 pawn is very, very important at this point. Stopping e6, g6, ever. You know, here after rook d7, I think probably just king g8. King g8 is very normal. And, yeah, very solid. Yes, Quentin b3 is an Imzel Larson.
King g8.
King g8, I don't see much for white. Black keeps the rook on the 6th rank and stops tricks. Yeah, e6, g6, none of this can ever come. It should just be a very, very clean draw.
I guess white could try, yeah.
Yeah, king g8.
White could try g6 now or e6.
Yeah.
E6 would be the tricky one. In fact, e6 looks like it might be a good move.
Yeah. It's the only move if you want, if you're like really...
If rook takes e6,
rook
then
takes
rook
a7.
takes a7.
That's hanging, yeah.
And if f takes e6, king f6, and then maybe e5 check, king e5, and the black king is on the back rank.
Yeah, it's very possible that Rue may be thinking about e6. I mean, she's probably the one who's like really trying here.
We don't have an engine here, folks. We are on our own with our own little tiny brains.
It's just us.
We have our
tiny. It's big brain.
We are out here with our tiny little brains trying to figure this out. No, we're doing the best we can, and now we don't even know, so let's just move on. Yeah, I don't like using the engines that much either. I learned chess before. I used chess before engines, and now when I use it, it's kind of like I was watching Shanklin play. Mention not playing against chess engines. He thought it was a bad idea, and I think it's a bad idea too.
Yeah.
It's going to kill your creativity. It's going to make you not sacrifice pieces because an engine will always refute a piece sacrifice, whereas in fact, if you're playing a human being, you might want to make a sacrifice in a situation. But Carlson said it best. I think he said playing against an engine is like playing an idiot that beats you all the time, and that's just not fun. I mean, might as well try to outrun a car, or what's the point? And they're tools. If you have a question, maybe, and you can't find it somewhere else, then go ahead and look for it. It's possible that are we using V8s on this position? We're not using anything except for our own. I said tiny brains, but all right. So let's see. E6 is a very interesting possibility here.
I think it's the only possibility of White's playing for a win.
Yeah, but what happens then if Rook A5 check, King F6? Yeah.
F takes
E6, then maybe G6.
Yeah, G6.
And then maybe Rook F5 check. Who knows? Yeah, Black could be in trouble here, and that's basically as far as we're going to get. All right. From the moment.
King G2. Alexander is pressing. Okay.
Yep. Okay. We don't have to endlessly look at these. And okay, Black is still surviving here. In fact, Black has maybe made some improvements in his position by playing B5. And now Queen F6, or can be another H6 and Queen F6. What is White trying to do here? I see. White's trying to play Bishop H3 and end the game right there.
Yeah.
But now Black will be ready to meet that by playing C5, I guess.
Oh, just an awful position for Black. But, he's made improvements from before because,
maybe, or White's set himself up to play the winning moves here.
Yeah.
So if Bishop H3, threatening Bishop takes D7, what is Black going to do? If Black moves his knight on D7, he loses the piece on E5.
What if? Oh no, he can't even move the knight on E5. He has to go for C5.
Can he play knight F3?
Knight. Oh.
No.
No, knight F3.
Bishop takes D6, knight D4, and take on E7. And wins immediately. Can he play? He has to play C5. There's no other move.
C5 and hope that D4 can come in with something.
So let's see. Let's take a look at C5. Queen. And then White loses the piece on attacking. So Queen to D2. And then the knight can go to F6.
Or actually Queen D. Oh, right. Yeah.
And
Black, or even I was thinking D4 if it's possible.
Yeah, but you can get out of that threat of at least of him playing Bishop takes D7. Black might be hanging in there.
Yeah, Black has to be careful just to stay in the game.
Okay. I like saying I don't know. Okay, so this game is not. Black didn't do much here.
Not exciting, yeah. He had that queen sack opportunity earlier.
Okay, so.
What?
And.
Oh wait, what is this? Bishop takes A4. Oh, Queen D4 check. Black's playing for the tricks. And I think White wanted his knight on E4 instead of his bishop.
This might be, okay, so I think White should play knight takes A4 maybe. And if Queen D4, King G2, Queen A4, and then maybe...
Wait, is Bishop G6 a trick?
I don't think so.
King G6, Queen E6, hoping for a perpetual?
Yeah, but you've got the rook and you've got Well,
Here, rook f6. You gotta be careful. Queen g8 is mate.
okay, folks, that's a really nice variation. Knight takes a4, queen d4, king g2, queen a4, bishop g6, king g6, queen e6, rook f6, queen g8 mate. So black will go back to g7. Now what? Queen e7,
Queen e7.
rook f7.
Rook f7. Oh, queen e5, king h7. Checks are gone. So that doesn't work.
Queen, rook f7.
Queen e5, king h7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so white can't have any perpetuals here.
Not with that. A tough position for white.
Right, I agree. What about knight a4, queen d4, king g2, take on a4, and queen h4? Oh, c2's hanging. C2's hanging there too.
Yeah, but then queen e7 check.
Actually, wait. Oh, queen takes c2 check, king h3.
It's not check. The king's on g1. Oh,
Oh.
you're right. The king has moved to g2.
Yeah.
I was thinking moving the king to... Okay. Interesting.
You know, maybe to avoid... Oh, no, we can't even go king h1 because there's check and queen f1 at the end of that line.
Okay. Black's playing for a win, and white's playing for a draw. That's one way to put it.
True.
So this happened, and...
And isn't black just in trouble?
Okay, does queen d7 win a piece or not? Queen c5 check.
Queen d4.
Knight, queen c4. What's going on here?
Yeah. Isn't black dropping a piece?
Is this game over?
Very well could be.
Knight h5 is looks like it just loses to queen takes d7.
Yeah, I mean, last try to stay in the game after e5, you have to go knight d5, but that should just lose too.
All right, I've seen enough. Let's take a look at king. Isn't it great being a commentator? You can just be like,
First time, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. You can just be like, oh, that Potzer, he did that. Is GG stand for good game?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so that you know more than I do. There's been some good games in this. F5 is very committal, but probably justified. You want to play knight. You want to play F6 and form an attacking formation here.
Right.
Gives black, some play here on e5, the e5 square.
Yeah.
Black might have to play f6 or something like that.
Right.
And white's definitely forcing play.
I think it's a really committal move.
Still, what are you gonna do? You gotta give squares to get squares. That's what Fisher said.
That is true.
That's true. Okay. Let's see. Shall we flip the board just for the fun of it?
Sure.
This starts to look like a good move. F5 starts to look like a good move when you're faced with it from the other side sometimes.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, very double-edged.
And that's board one. FIDE master Ezra Chambers, who just won the Stamer in the last round. Who's that behind us?
Nobody.
Is that
Okay.
international?
Can we see? We
Buddy.
love seeing your midsection. And so, Leah, let's get a chair for
I'm only
you.
here for a second.
Okay. You're only here for a second?
I'm still playing.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Behind us, we can see the belly.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Well, you're putting yourself there. Just lower yourself down so we can see your face.
I'm lowering myself. I'm being seen on the screen with you.
You're not. Nothing's being seen. There you go. This is International Master Elliot Winslow, or was, and his
Where didn't you
suspenders.
used to be Elliot Winslow?
and he's playing on board. What board are you on?
I don't want to say.
He doesn't want to say. He lost his first game. He's
11
playing the
plus.
Swiss Gambit. That's what they call it, the Swiss Gambit, and the Tuesday night marathon Gambit. And he's on one of the lower boards. He's coming in and kibitzing.
Yeah. He'll come back.
He'll come back. Okay. XD, hello. Yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
I am.
International Master. Elliot Winslow's his
Oh,
okay, he's gone.
he's gone.
He's back. We can actually see him returning to his board. Over
there he
here,
is.
Way back over there. Interesting, because we have that perspective. All right, so let's go to board 2. I lost the mouse again.
Oh,
Yeah, we have an international master playing, but he's not on the top 10 boards. And black is redeploying the queen back to this side, attacking the bishop, and then comes swooping in to exchange the dark squared bishops, which is
yeah.
going to be a good strategy here.
I sense danger for white because the c2 bishop it has no prospects. Like,
Black's a little better,
Yeah.
especially if black gets to play c5 and immobilize the white pawns and imprison the white bishop on.
oh, mistakes.
Okay,
Well, yeah,
so black's a
mean,
little.
yeah.
Black is definitely better here. Whether it's going to translate into cold hard cash
Yeah.
remains to be seen. All right, let's keep going. We're spending.
Oh, he did do it. Okay.
Okay, in this game, black actually took a move to play h6, waited for knight g4, and then played rook f3.
Now we're gonna have fun.
And that's a good, I would say that's a very good sacrifice. e5 is an interesting move. Huh.
Oh, bishop g4 trick.
So if d takes e5,
d5 also hangs sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then that it sort of hangs. It does release the pawn, and it does release the pawn at release the bishop at d7, but allows queen takes d5 check. So I don't really know what's going on here.
Sure.
Do you have an? Are we speaking too loudly, Abel?
Not anymore. You were a little bit. Because,
Okay.
'cause you have a lot of passion for what you do, but
I do.
Am I good?
yeah, no, you guys are good. It's just there are a couple games like right on the other side of the doorway over here.
Okay. Well,
Hey, so I got a question for you, Varun.
Sure.
So when you write your papers like in school,
Yeah.
are there certain fonts that you have to use that like things
Fonts?
like that, like are kind of like the when you do anything in a Word document,
Times New Roman is the most common.
that's the most common.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like one of the things I'm learning is like the type of fonts you use can be very specific. Like one of the ones that we have to use here is Roboto. Like I had never heard Roboto. Are you familiar with that one?
I'm not.
Roboto's it's like some kind of Google font. But so I mean that was kind of like a weird thing that like is this new to me? I'd never heard of that. I'm used to Times New Roman and
Yeah.
Calibri, I think is the other one.
I'm not a big fan of Times New Roman either.
So sometimes I wonder if like I'm missing the boat on like all this like stuff that's happening.
well, it's a design question, I think, probably. They come. The powers that be come to an agreement about what kind of thing they're going to do, and then they try to impose that on everybody.
And to try to kind of voice that view. And actually, in one of this game, it's like Ethan Boldy kind of showed up, like 20 minutes late, I think, for the round. So he was sort of behind on the time when he started the game.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's affected his game.
Oh yeah, he's down to 24.
Yeah.
That's scary, especially in such a far position.
Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually during the tournament, because he played the Stamer, wow, he was an escape artist in... actually, this is a good one kind of for the fans.
There is a link to the standings. It's at chessclub.org. If you go to chessclub.org, you can find all about the Mechanics Institute Chess Club.
For the TNM standings?
And
Was that-
Tuesday night marathon standings, yeah, and archived results from all of our tournaments as well.
So there was one game during the Stamer where Ethan Boldy was playing, and he was playing someone that was like 200 points lower than him, and it got down to where each had seconds on the clock, and Boldy had a king and a rook, and his opponent had king, 2 knights, and a pawn, and Ethan had like seconds left on his clock, and he kept playing the rook. He kept moving the rook instead of trying to capture the pawn, because he could have captured the pawn a lot of times, and he didn't think to capture the pawn, because if he had captured the pawn, he could have claimed a draw, because you can't force a checkmate with the king and 2 knights. But he wasn't aware of that, so he kept trying to make the move the rook away. And
Can I ask a question? But you can create a mate with a king and 2 knights.
you can create.
Is that not considered sufficient mating material?
No, because you can't force it under USCF rules.
Okay.
Under FIDE rules, you can't claim the draw because it's possible to create a mate.
Okay. And wow, that must be a big difference between the rules of the two.
That's a big difference. I told him after.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So it was interesting because I'm looking at the game and I'm thinking all you need to do is capture that pawn.
Right.
Give up the rook for the pawn, and he could have claimed.
Okay, so now we're in the Tuesday night marathon. Are we playing on FIDE rules or
USCF rules?
USCF
it's FIDE
rules.
rated, but we're using USCF
Okay.
rules. So
Okay.
that would have been And in the first round, I announced that we're using USCF rules, though it's FIDE rated. So yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's kind of a main. I've actually seen that once before. The same thing where they were unaware and they didn't know to just sacrifice that rook and claim the draw. And actually, it was scary because he was close to running out of time, right? Even with the delay.
And what happened?
Eventually, the opponent fell into time trouble too, and in sort of the scramble, he stalemated him. So it ended up as a draw.
Oh,
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So the right result happened, but it was kind
For
of
the wrong reason.
It was some moments of terror on both sides. So
Right.
yeah, that was just kind of an interesting thing.
That is a trip.
Yeah.
Fitting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
all right, I'll let you guys
Okay.
keep going. Sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, practically, I think Russell is very strong here. He has a big time edge on the clock.
Yeah, but so somebody's saying that the Times New Roman is used for everything, like teachers and are always using that.
For the most part. Unless you have nice teachers.
All right, so let's keep moving on here. We are commenting on the Tuesday night marathon. Over 100 players are in the rooms around me. This is the largest weekend, a weekday, weeknight tournament in the United States. Black is doing very well here.
One of the things that
Yeah.
bugs me about
I think White should try to make use of his E4 control. Maybe plonk a knight on E4.
And then you take, and some black pawn will get to F5. Black's got a lot of dynamic possibilities here. White's just played a kind of an insipid.
Yeah.
No?
Oh, the bishop will sit nice here. Yeah.
So I start talking about roboto. Just for like a self-challenge.
We're going on record about Rabada. Hey, yeah.
But
Yeah.
Before you came here, I was involved in the conversations about Rabada. It was kind of interesting.
the kind of fonts.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay, so A5. Okay, so White found another way to try to go through. Put the rook on D7.
Yeah, and that's
Okay, which I thought before, and then play A5 and sort of Zutzwan black, I guess. But aren't you giving away that pawn to play this? I am not sure
I'm not
about
convinced. Like,
what happens after rook A? Oh, then rook D6.
Yeah. No way to stop the pawn.
Wow, it's frustration.
But maybe just rook A1 and oh no, rook D8 check. There are a few problems here.
You know, it's interesting. If black had played king f8 instead of king g8, then maybe black would have rook a6, rook d6, rook takes d6, e takes d6, and then a5. Oh, no, then d7.
Yeah, d7.
Yeah. So,
King a8, d7 anyway.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little... Okay.
Oh, sorry.
We're loud. I didn't even realize how loud we are. Okay. All right, let's shout, yeah. We're chess players, and we're proud. Okay.
Proud chess players.
Okay, so what's going on here?
Yeah.
White is winning. I knew it was this one. You're there home moving the
He is
pieces.
winning.
now.
Okay.
So is white winning? If rook a6, rook d6. So that doesn't seem to help. Very interesting.
Actually, white may be winning because I don't see a way to stop rook d8 and then grab f7.
Well, then rook takes e5.
Yeah, but then g6.
Right.
G6.
Well, the threat right now is probably rook. Yeah.
Yeah, g6 come with check.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Roy is going. Go, Roy, go.
Even got cheerleaders.
I think Roy is going. There's a lot of hard-fought games here. Here's Ivanov just working it as black versus Gaff again. I like black in that game. And this is Doyle. This is let's see how he's kind of b5 was good, king h1, and now white black's making useful moves, and this is what I thought originally, the c4 idea. And black is going to have to pitch a pawn. Interesting.
I like how black is fighting though. Like, okay, at least the pressure's gone, kind of.
Yeah, but
less than
he's
before.
forced to lose a pawn.
Yeah.
And white still has the two bishops and the d pawn. I mean, white is just making progress. He's been unable to win up the knight at e5, but this is definite progress for white.
Yeah. Well, at least the torture's gone.
Oh, there's more torture ahead, I think.
Yeah. Past d pawn.
Okay. And this is the game that we were disappointed with the way that black was playing this.
Didn't go for that queen sack.
And now if castles rook d2 is kind of annoying, it's very annoying.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on here. Nice stream, real. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Quentin.
Got to go. Thank you very much for your kind words. We're doing something unique here, or strange or different, and trying to and seeing how it works out. I think white's got a castle here because of queen a1 check, and it's just time for white's castle.
Yeah.
Black is still, the fact that white's been behind in development this whole time has meant that it's been kind of a difficult game for white. I mean, queen c3 is possible too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rook on c5 is nice.
Yeah.
Bishop on b7, I think, could be cool.
Well, white's like 3 moves away from getting a really good, comfortable position here. All right, so let's keep moving along.
Sure.
If I can get the mouse to behave.
This side.
Hello.
There it is.
Okay. All right, 24:55. Kyron Griffith there's been kind of a tough fight here. Okay, so after bishop takes a4, white just pitched that pawn and played b3. Black went back to d7, and white played knight to e2. Sort of cover bases.
Along that file. Yeah. F4 was always a problem, so knight e2 solves that.
I mean, black's got some weak pawns, but white's, I think black sort of has to find a way in here. Queen g5. Yeah. I just feel like black is going to find a way in.
Yeah.
Except the exchange, and something's got to give.
Right.
and that's why he's a 24-55 player. And he did play Queen G5 because I'm a genius. All right, here's Conrado. And black is just, wow.
Okay.
Okay. What happened here? Why didn't, let's see, Knight H5. He did play Queen D7 and just took a piece. And after Queen C5, check Queen D4, Queen B4. I mean, is this really any good? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what black's doing. Rook C2 looks like a solid way to defend everything.
Well, black is just hoping for a miracle here. But, I mean, he does, white needs to get his pieces out of the box here. But bishop E2, I guess.
Only a miracle is going to save him.
Knight F4, threatening Knight E2 after that. I mean, black's doing, I don't know why black gave a piece away. Maybe thought it was the only way that he would be able to get any counterplay.
Yeah. Seems like it, yeah.
I mean,
I don't know what to say.
no, I
Black
think
is just messing
I
up,
think
yeah.
I think we're it's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Channeling tall, maybe.
Channeling tall. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. National Master Dale. Thank you, Matt. National Master Dale, for joining us from wherever you are. And maybe, hopefully, we'll all channel tall.
I hate to interrupt, but your parents are calling you. They said they would love to start making a trek home.
Oh, okay. Anywho, thank you guys.
Thank you
Paul?
so much
Great,
for showing up.
Sure.
And we're going to archive these on YouTube, so you're going to be immortalized.
And I told your parents where to find it too. So
Great.
Yeah, this video will be up on YouTube tomorrow, well, in a few days at least, and then but Twitch TV.
And eventually, the Library of Congress is probably going to digitize and preserve it forever. So.
That's right.
Right.
Thank you very much.
It was my honor.
All right.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week.
All right. You all have a good
Bye.
one.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sometimes it's time to go home, folks.
Sometimes it's not the time.
All right. I'm
need a,
joined. Do you feel you want to sit down for a while?
No.
This is there we go. Mechanics Institute.
Oh, you got. He's on board 11.
Yeah, I can't tell you.
No, we want you to sit down anyway.
Yeah.
How'd you do, Andy?
I have one.
All right, we can't watch your game because you're on board 11.
I'm not sure it was very good.
Do you want to talk? You want to talk, Andy? Yeah.
Sure.
Let's see.
You want to look at some games?
Yeah. Actually, I'm really glad to have you here.
You have my name.
Yeah, we put you, I know. Look at that, and the rating and everything.
Right.
So,
I haven't lost my title yet.
no, how do we get the DGT boards back?
I don't know. You're the tech guy.
No, yeah, okay. Here I go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. DGT boards. There it is. And then what do I do? Oh, just go right click, interact. There we go.
Here we go.
Okay.
Can we make moves on the boards or?
All
no?
we can do is go back and forth. It's
Okay,
kind of,
that's cool. We can see how things are going.
and we get to use our
Right.
brains. I get to see your brains in action. It's
My brain
fantastic.
just says the higher rated player is winning on all the boards. I mean, this board, it seems, well, actually, that's not true. Ezra's the higher rated player. I sort of assumed Ezra was white when I looked at this game.
You know what I did with this game? Because somebody asked it. I flipped the board just to show how scary it can be.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Well,
great technology. you
So
know?
what exactly is Black doing here to avoid just going down in flames?
That GF5 was kind of a strange.
Is that a move of necessity, though?
My old-fashioned way is to play F6 or something like that, but maybe
yeah.
Knight E5 wasn't a good move. Who knows? So
Yeah.
F5 came.
Right.
All right. So that
So
was,
maybe you should have put the bishop on
Maybe-
E5. Do you think?
or maybe black. Yeah. There you go.
I guess. I mean, this whole thing looks bad for black. I mean, the counterplay is just so slow.
Should black have played f5 when black had a chance?
Maybe. I mean, I think black should have done
Here we
something a
go.
long time ago.
Here we go.
Because
Right
these symmetrical positions
Oh, yeah,
where white
right.
has more space get really unpleasant for black when he runs out of counterplay, right? I mean, black's got to get something going right away, or trade some pieces, or take the e file.
Yeah, yeah.
And here he's done none of those things.
Right.
Like, even if he could engineer b5, it doesn't even do anything.
And Rui won her game. That was pretty brilliant little end game there.
Oh, and yeah.
Yeah.
She had a
yeah.
nice position, it
Yeah,
looks like.
maybe you can help me
Who
get to
knows?
the. So here, maybe knight f6. I don't know. I mean, you're right.
I think
F5.
you're struggling. I lost a really grisly game against John Donaldson from a position like this in my youth.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And he's one of those players that knows exactly what he's doing. you
Yeah,
know?
as long as white-
It's horrifying.
As long as white doesn't go crazy, you're just going to put the screws in your opponent. I mean, so f5 is really committal, right? Because knight g5
knight d6 here.
and knight e6. Oh, knight, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you can't even
But I
play
mean,
it.
maybe there was a point where black could have
Oof.
played. I don't know. We can go back here. Let's keep going back.
Yeah, we'll find. I mean, but this looks stupid too, right? I mean, not to make fun of Ezra's play, but this opening doesn't make any sense. I mean, black's
I
pieces
agree.
are on these squares where they don't do much, and white has a free hand in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like we saw it. So it looks like white's just playing well, right? I mean, he's asking the question of black in this game, if you're not going to try to take the center, and I
Right.
just keep rolling forward,
Right.
are you going to have to
play
just
f5
give up
or
eventually?
e6 or something?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he should have played f5 here or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
This knight c7, b5 stuff is always too slow, I think.
I think you're right. It's funny the light scored bishops I thought made the position kind of dead, but actually it
Oh,
seems to
no.
favor white.
Yeah, because I mean, none of black's pieces are really involved here,
Yeah.
right?
Well, black had that
Okay.
kind of philosophy right here. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning with
Oh, did he play
you
this
know,
two knight stuff? Yeah.
this
Okay.
happened.
This explains his suffering.
Yeah, although you have to really know what you're doing to play this.
Right. I
know.
think you have to fight back forcefully against the center, and it looks like he just tried to develop normally.
Right. Like I would go c6 right away.
Right, yeah. Some c6 move, try to trade a bunch in the center, get some freedom.
Yeah, exactly. Or c6 and e6 or something. Break it up. But instead, there was this piece play. Knight e1 was maybe even stronger than knight d2.
Sure, yeah.
Right. In this position, knight e1 is sometimes. But this is the right way for white to play: is go for is exchange these bishops, and then black is just
And then I think c5 is a big mistake.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that just invites white to roll him up with f4 and e5.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's hard to know exactly. Sometimes you can really get lost in the.
And maybe he shouldn't have played e6. Maybe because now I don't know.
That was kind of a good move, queen d3. I like it.
Yeah. He's just gonna play f5, right? I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Is it a good move? Because now knight e5 comes with tempo.
He's threatening to take.
Oh, he's
e6
threatening to take. Maybe you should just give up that pawn.
If you play queen e7, I don't know.
Well, what if? Yeah, I mean, what if you
It's
give up
kind of
that pawn, take on e6 with the knight, play knight d4 at the end, pray to survive? I don't know. I mean, but this, yeah.
Rook b8.
He just freed up. Yeah, okay. So it looks like he kind of turbocharged white's play, right?
Yeah.
Like he brought all of white's pieces to these good squares, and all he got for it was a knight on e5 and a shattered kingside.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess he's not getting mated, but this is one of those positions where you're just going to be ground down.
Okay.
All right.
Don't like it. We don't like it. I agree.
He's up on the clock.
And this game, okay, so we were here. We were at this
Okay.
point. I'm going to just, this was, white did not, black is definitely playing here. That's a nice move to g5, I guess.
Sure.
But this,
Oh, but now when the rooks come off, you might not have enough to win anymore.
no.
The black king isn't getting to the center so fast, right?
I guess black's going to play king e5, but then you've got white's going to have g3 and f4, I
Right,
guess.
yeah, you're
Just
totally
probably
fine here.
not enough.
It's completely equal, right?
Yeah, unless the black king can,
I mean, you could play c5 instead.
yeah.
but what are you even ever going to attack here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a draw.
Okay.
Okay, he shouldn't have let those rooks get traded.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
Those
let's
are,
go. Yeah, let's take a look at this again. Oh, I like how we're looking at everything from Black's
I know.
point of view. Well, you know, it's possible that Black never really had that much here. I mean,
It's true. I mean, if you have to play G5 here, that's going to let everything
How
be
about-
traded.
how can you avoid
Well,
Queen D4 followed by Rook D1, or else?
Right.
I
I mean, you could
Somehow.
trade yourself
and then
and then put your rook on B8.
oh, that's true. Queen F2, Rook F2, and then
Right,
you
and then
can't
Rook
infiltrate.
B8.
Yeah, or C5.
Because there's no squares for white to use on the D file, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're covering D5, D6, D7, and D8 for the moment. So,
That game about 4 or 5 boards ago when Black played C6, couldn't Black win White's queen with Knight F3 check? Oh, I think I know which game you're talking about, but we'll get to that in a minute.
so yeah, I think it's a big mistake to let that. I mean, if you're gonna try to win this game, you gotta like trade queens and play Rook B8.
Okay, we're
And try to
predicting
put
a
some
draw
pressure on.
here.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing.
Okay. Let's. This
Okay,
is.
board 3. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's spicy.
G5. And now Black attacked the exchange and then had to stop for this Bishop E6. Why did
Right.
Black play? Why did? I'm not sure about this game.
It's like he sacked the exchange and then played E5 instead of winning a pawn on E5.
Right.
He lost a pawn on E5.
Very odd.
What
And yet
is
at the
the
same
follow-up?
time, this might be. It might. Black had such a good game that this might even be strong for Black anyway.
Right, because he's going to play knight F4.
Or Knight H4.
Sure. I mean, I sort of like, well, yeah, you're right. I guess you're not mating right away with knight F4. I was sort of hoping you'd play knight F4 and queen F7 and queen G6, but
Yeah.
you're not mating there, so maybe it's not enough.
Or well. I
Why
mean,
couldn't you have played knight F4 instead of bishop E6? Couldn't you have just
That's a
played that?
good. That's a good. Maybe we didn't want E6. Can
I
White
guess.
throw in E6?
Well, then you just take a pawn. These guys are
and then Rook E6 and sack the exchange back.
these guys are allergic to taking material.
I don't know.
This is weird.
So wait a minute. No, if he had played Knight F4, then White could play E6.
Right, and then I take with the bishop.
Rook takes, Knight takes,
Oh,
Queen
and you're taking with the
D5,
queen. Then I have to play Rook E8.
and then Bishop C4, and White's
Yeah, that bishop comes
H3.
down.
yeah.
Darn. Okay, that's tricky. All right.
Maybe.
Good point. So, do you think he missed that maybe when he went in for this? But even so, it's hard to know what's going on. Okay, so he brought the queen to a square.
Knight F4 and Queen G5 check. It's still not mate. Okay, who knows?
Yeah, there's no mate here with the bishop on F1.
Yeah, who knows?
You're never mate. I mean,
On the other hand, Black, maybe the Rook can come to F4.
it's a long ways away, right? Aren't I just gonna play Rook A to B1 with White and Rook B6 or something and try to win? Or Rook
Sounds
B7?
good.
I don't know. I
It's
mean,
good.
and get my last
Yeah.
piece into play and try to do something.
Yeah. This is the way us chess masters think. Let's move those pieces that are not doing anything to
Right.
squares where they are doing something.
Eventually, you
That's
realize
all
you should
it's
do that.
all about.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to get through.
Black can try to attack H2, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so Sotokova's game.
Sotokova's game, and this is
There's
game
a
is
lot going
another
on.
game where nothing Black. Okay, so White's actually okay. Maybe losing a pawn here.
Yeah, is the
and
pawn on A2 falling?
Bishop E4, Knight A2, Bishop. Yeah,
Weird.
kind of deserve it in my opinion. The way White's just been playing
Right.
lackluster
Huh.
chess the whole way. I mean, without any plan. I mean, the whole game
Yeah.
was not.
It feels like White's on the verge of breaking through still, though. But I don't know if there's any.
If you want,
B3.
let's just watch.
You're
play.
just angry about B3, Paul.
No, I'm just watch how White played
Your
without
classical
ambition.
sensibilities are.
There's just no ambition here on White's part.
Yeah.
And
White's getting pushed
Black
around.
Black sort of can choose any kind of setup.
This G6 move, wow, she's really.
Knight G7 is a little interesting, is to come to C5 maybe, but, and so
I don't really hate how White's played in this game, except that maybe he blundered a pawn. I mean, this is, you see people play like this against high-rated players a lot, right? He's just going to chop wood, keep his pieces on kind of decent squares, but now maybe he's in trouble.
you're right.
Okay. Are there any tricks here? I want to play like
Bishop
knight
F7
or,
check.
yeah, I mean, I want to play something and attack, but I mean, my bishop on B2 isn't even doing anything. Could I play rook on C to D1 here? That's probably the move, right?
Okay.
And so that says, okay, if you want to
Well,
take
then
on
rook
A2.
C2.
Oh, that's not the move.
Yeah.
Darn. Wow, that is really well. Then I guess I could play rook D2. I'm not dead yet. Then you just double on the C file.
Oh, Kyron Griffith is here. No, come. Actually, Kyron,
I should probably go to sleep pretty
come
soon.
sit here with Andy and go through a couple of games. I sit here. Let's put your name up.
Paul's using this as a break.
Can you help us? Yeah, I'm going to use this as a break. Come sit here. We've got Kyron Griffith.
You can.
Oh yeah, that's true. We can sit. You can
sit here.
We can all be.
We played a long time ago,
together.
right?
Like Amateur Team West or something?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, here we're all together.
Yeah.
Kyron Griffith here.
Right. You were not nearly as good as you are now.
Highest ranked player in the tournament. And how'd you do today?
I managed to win this one.
Okay, let's see. Let's
You were
take
up
a
in
look at your
exchange
game.
for a while, right?
Yeah, but actually, it wasn't so clear.
It
Like,
wasn't.
When you
Let's
originally stacked it, I actually don't think I was much better.
lead us through the
It looks
game.
like you had some annoying pressure.
You
Am I in charge of the mouse?
Yeah, you can
Nice.
be in charge of
That's
the mouse.
dangerous. All right, I'm going to
Kyron
assume that we know
Griffith.
these first couple of moves
Yeah.
here. So we got to close Sicilian.
Yeah, we played close Sicilian. It wasn't like. Yeah, Bishop G5 is kind of annoying actually because.
I like that move.
Yeah, you like. I mean, it's natural to play H6 but. you
When
actually-
White gets a tempo with Queen G2. or
Interesting.
something.
Yeah, it gives White a little bit of some
yeah.
targets later and block less options.
Oh, that's
like-
funny. Okay.
Good move.
Yeah, I did not know of this move. If I
Yeah,
ever start playing the close Sicilian.
play like Knight D4 just to like
Right.
I play
Sure.
Rook B8, maybe he'll want to play D4. So just,
Yeah. You can get
Right, there's some interesting ways that you can go back into an open Sicilian.
Right.
right, and suddenly Black's like, what happened?
Yeah, right.
they're not that dangerous, but
Right,
there's no reason to
exactly.
go in those
Yeah.
options.
Okay, so this seems natural.
Yeah, there's a 4.
I've played these kind of things with White and with Black, but
Yeah, they kind of play themselves, but
The moves are pretty natural, right?
well, I think White made a really silly move coming up here.
oh, Rook A1.
No, I like that move.
Yeah, it seems
yeah, it's aggressive.
Because a lot of times you play Rook A1 and then Knight
You
D1
could
and
play-
C3 and stuff. That
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. That's maybe G4 was possible too, but no, the silly move I thought was coming up in a minute.
After G4 isn't Black going to play F5 in a lot of these positions.
Definitely playing F5 as soon as
Yep.
he plays C4.
Yeah, I've played these a few times with Black, and
I'm just want to make sure it gets
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like G4 is one plan and Knight D1, C3 is the other plan. And
Right.
Right.
actually, I wonder if I should have played Queen A5 move earlier just to prevent Knight D1 here.
That's interesting.
I don't know.
You lose a little touch with the king side then.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know. Maybe. No, I mean Rook B8 is fine.
Right.
So, I mean, when you hit a
That move I don't like.
It was a
A4.
little.
I just don't like that move, but it just helps Black in any way
Probably,
you look
yeah.
at it. It's got to help
Yeah.
Black.
Seems likely that it will, yeah.
and create headers, those
So
results are
yeah.
F5.
So yeah, I mean the natural move is A6, but I kind of want to stop Knight D1. Also now the A4 pawn is loose in a lot of variations, so it seems like a natural
And
move.
then I think White just starts thrashing around, hoping for
But
something.
shouldn't you
because
play G4 here with White? Isn't that
You would
natural?
think.
G4,
you would
yeah, I
think.
guess I just play F5 in the game.
Right. You have a sort of interesting, complicated position.
Right.
Yeah.
Kyron Griffith is sitting between Andy Lee and I. To any of you who are, yeah.
English teacher.
So E5, E5.
E5
Oh, yeah, this
seems
looks
That
very,
looks
very
like it's
suspicious.
going to pitch a pawn. I mean,
But
probably.
I'm not sure I reacted to this correctly, and
You have all the squares
I'm not
now.
sure you did either. I
Yeah.
guess
You mean
because
2C3?
White seemed to
Knight
get
C3?
something. It was amazing.
So, okay, so you played Knight
yeah, I mean this is
F5.
natural because Bishop F2 is basically forced.
Right.
So I felt like that couldn't be bad, but
Sure.
after I take, he actually plays G4 here, and
What if you take on E2? Is that possible?
It's gonna transpose to the game, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, then I'm not winning e5.
I see. Right.
Yeah, I'd rather just kind of wait till I'm forced to do that.
Yeah. Okay, so
You could also play h5 here if you just want to hang out.
Yeah, so h5 as well. Then maybe he takes on d6 and he gets away with some of this.
Right.
And then he has some squares after that.
That's true. Okay, so you decided to go.
And I thought he was just losing here after knight e2.
Okay, knight e2.
But he comes up with
knight d4.
rook e5 here, which I did not even consider.
Right.
And I think I shouldn't take it. I mean, obviously I didn't take it, but so the point is after rook e5, if I go bishop takes, f takes, and then his plan is just bishop e3.
Okay.
And it's actually really annoying to deal with.
Right, that's one of the consequences of having the queen on a5, right? Is it's hard to get back and
Right,
those dark
right.
squares.
And my dark squares are terrible, and like every one of his pieces is ready to attack.
It's true, actually. Queen a5 might be just the wrong move.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting.
It seems,
But this, it seems
still
like
seems like e5 is suspicious, but maybe.
right. And plus, what?
If you can't take the rook here, it seems like white's okay, though.
Well,
Yes, I think white is okay.
But he might have gone crazy after you played f6. f6 is an interesting idea.
so now, what if
Yeah,
he
I'm not
goes?
sure what else to do. I mean, I'd have to play queen c7.
What if he goes all the
Right.
way back to e1?
Yeah, doesn't that seem like what he should do?
Yeah,
I
rook
mean,
e1, I just play bishop d7 and leave a game.
he got you to put all your pawns on the third rank in this sort of funny way.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
It's pretty flexible. I don't really mind it.
Yeah.
White could play h4 and
Yeah, I have to make sure you can't play f5 and then box the
Right.
bishop in.
Right,
but
right.
It seems pretty far away from happening.
if you can play rook a8.
Right. I sort of want to play h4 and g5 also, but that probably doesn't work anytime soon. I want the e5 score back, but I guess then your bishop just comes
But
back.
instead, white comes up with
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
goes
saw this
for
bishop d4, but this attack is way less scary if the dark square.
really
Right,
wants to give up this exchange.
Yeah.
yeah.
Instead of f6,
I mean,
do you really
he's
have
got
to
the
play
right
f6
idea
here?
to try to play aggressively against you.
I mean, okay, queen c7 is the other move, right?
Yeah,
Then,
yeah.
Or queen b4. How
But
about
queen c7, maybe
How about queen b4?
queen b4.
Oh, queen b4 is
It's interesting.
definitely an aggressive way to play it too. Yeah, this is true. Maybe f6 is not the best.
It makes me a little scared for black.
I mean, I
But you
think getting
yeah.
his pushes do anything to me.
Okay. Well, and I got him to go a little crazy,
Yeah, maybe that was.
and you just traded
Yeah, and I just
everything.
played bishop d7.
Right. Yeah, I saw this position. I was like, oh, it's not very good for you. And then I saw you were up in exchange, and I was like, oh, okay. It's
I'm actually not convinced I'm doing well here. Oh, I mean, I think I'm not worse, but
Right.
if he plays, so takes is fine with the rooks. But if he plays something like queen
e3, yeah, that's what.
Right. He needs to get this knight onto e4 real
Right.
quick.
And then queen b4, knight e4, even possibly.
Oh,
and
Yeah,
then
yeah, for sure.
Put that knight in on f6.
Queen e3 is actually considering queen c7 to prevent knight e4, but
Queen e3, queen b4, knight e4, queen b2, maybe. And then if knight f6, you just get the exchange
I
back.
consider that too. I just sag it back and take on f6.
Yeah.
But maybe he gets b7 at the end, and
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe, but then I have queen a1 check and take a4. I don't know.
It's messy. Yeah. No, this is not an easy cleanup job.
it's certainly not a clean exchange.
Very interesting.
But he decided to take material.
No, bishop b7 I think is the losing move. Actually, it's,
Yeah, that makes sense. There's
After-
just no time for that stuff.
If he gives me, I mean, he's not even winning a pawn. If he gives me e5 though, all of his play is gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the
Ooh.
wrong direction.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So I think after this, I was never in any trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, this is
queen
the critical
E3,
position.
folks.
Queen e3.
Queen e3.
So queen e3, yeah, maybe queen c7 though.
And we don't have a
Right.
computer or a way
Preventing
to
knight e4.
move all the pieces on the
But then
board.
queen g3, because queen c7 is kind of passive and.
Right. I might even play. So after queen c7, I might play h4. Because
Yeah,
then I'm
sure.
threatening knight e4 again. Because if you take on e5, I have knight g5 check, picking up your queen.
That's true. Yeah, h4 is pretty clever.
And I want to be able to play h5, right? I want to open some stuff up maybe, or even g5 and.
Yeah, that's not bad. 'Cause, yeah, bishop c6, you just trade and play knight e4.
Right.
Maybe try queen b4 again.
Okay, so queen e3, queen b4, knight e4,
Queen b2.
queen b2. Yeah, it seems pretty forward straight.
knight f6,
Yeah.
rook f6, ef6, queen f6. Black's also got queen c5. White's got queen
Right.
c5,
Sure.
and that might even be better because if you start coming in,
Yeah,
then
like
he's going to
Right.
start coming in.
Having the e7 square.
That's
is
got to
nice.
probably be equal or something.
I'm not up any material, aren't I, up a pawn here with black? Is h4 instead of queen e3 good? Yeah, maybe.
Is h4 instead of queen e3?
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah. We're getting some
Yeah, yeah.
advice here on
Right, because you can just play bishop e4 and h5 maybe. And that might be slow, but
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe like king g7 and just knight f6 never comes with a check and gets
Right.
forks and stuff.
yeah, getting king g7 in is very helpful.
Also, maybe h4 queen d8 comes with tempo, so that might help me a little bit.
Yeah, or I'm forced to play g5, which I probably don't want to do there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I bet like this position, I was not convinced that was really any better.
Yeah, those dark
Amazing.
squares are really unpleasant.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. White played and White, if I was an A player, I would be trying to play like this too. Just
Yeah, no,
really
definitely.
throw the kitchen sink at the.
But why does he have so much time on the clock? You got to also burn some time here, right?
Yeah, that's
and
a good
figure it out. I
point.
mean, you don't get like sort of interesting, potentially good positions down in exchange against masters that often, right? And so
Right.
you
Yeah.
gotta figure it out. and
Bishop
try to make it work.
b7
Like
after
this
5
move,
minutes worth of thought.
Yeah.
What I mean, Queen c7 has to be the first thing you'd look at, and then trying to defend this position.
Yeah, I mean, I could even play queen d4 and probably win that endgame, but
Right.
queen f6 just puts him completely passive.
I mean, the issue with going pawn grabbing when you're down in exchange is you're still going to be worse in a lot of these endings.
Okay, so
And
this
so,
is
unless you think
okay.
you have absolutely nothing else to do, you need to find a more active way to play.
Sure, yeah.
we found one horrible variation for you here. If he plays knight takes a4,
Queen
queen
d4,
d4, king g2,
queen
queen
a4,
e4,
bishop
bishop g6,
Yeah,
queen g6, queen e6, rook f6, queen g8. No.
Oh, thanks.
Ooh, of course.
Ooh.
You don't have to do that.
Can't say consider that one.
Ouch, yeah.
Yeah.
That is painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
all
not
you
good.
have to do is play
Yeah,
king
king
g7.
G7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no prevent, so.
But we're trying to find a way for you to.
Yeah, that's nice, yeah.
But no, there's
Good to know I
nothing.
can
There's
study
nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, b3 is resilient, it's the only.
Is knight a4 and then b3 maybe a better way to play? I mean, to take the bishop off
Maybe.
the
I'm
board.
extremely happy to get rid of that knight, though.
Yeah, you're just going to lose that eventually.
I just play on the dark squares for the rest of the game.
Yeah. That bishop's not going to be able to hold out.
Yeah, and he's, yeah.
Yeah, this is just lost.
Yeah. Once
Nice.
you go passive, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious what the computer thinks about f6. It's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have thought about playing that move in a million years.
I would have.
You would have? Okay.
yeah.
Maybe if I thought
think-
for long enough, I would have talked myself into it. But it's interesting.
It's actually funny. It's like the only move I really considered other than taking the rook.
It's
Like,
funny.
Yeah,
Like, I don't want to play queen c7.
It's funny
Yeah.
how
Okay,
you
here.
can kind of get. We're talking about this position.
Right.
I mean, it's I mean, like e6
I guess
is
you
not
don't
real
have a lot of
target.
options. I mean, bishop takes d4 is coming.
Is a
Sure,
threat.
Yeah, so you have to do something.
Or queen c7 is possible.
Maybe, yeah.
Or
maybe
queen
should've-
b4.
Queen b4 actually looks a lot. Because, like, how does he defend b2? I probably should have spent more time here.
That's an interesting idea, yeah. I would have probably ended up playing that.
Huh.
If b3,
What
queen
if-
c3. Of
What if he
course.
just plays...
E2.
Oh, no.
Take
Bishop
the rook-
e5
take
and
the
then
rook
queen.
and
Yeah.
then-
What if after
Yeah.
queen b4 you just play queen c1?
Maybe.
Oh,
Well,
you know what you do? You take
I
on
take the rook,
e5,
then take c3.
and then you take on c3, and then you knight e2 check.
Yeah. And
Again.
then.
There's always a way.
Again.
Yeah, wow. Queen b4 is actually just way better than f6. I don't see what else he does.
Huh.
Well, because I don't feel like you've done anything substantially wrong here. It would be weird.
Right. Yeah.
It'd be
It's
weird if Black has to go
outrage.
into these
It's an-
contortions to kind of keep things together.
Right, it's an outrage. And after f6, rook e1, White's sort of like maybe got some chances there with the even after that.
It's an interesting
A4
position for
move.
sure. Yeah.
Maybe a4 was a good move to entice queen a5, right? So all kinds of weird ways to look at it.
Well, especially because maybe after rook e1, white's playing bishop g3 and f5, right? I mean, you can try to poke at this rook on b8. There's some stuff you can do.
But
Might
actually,
be
after rook
uncomfortable.
e1, maybe black plays f5. Maybe that's just that would actually take away a lot of squares for
Yeah.
white.
No, for sure.
That would.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting position.
For the queenside fishing bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Kyron.
thanks for
Congratulations,
having me.
you're back in the tournament, and you know we'll look forward to the Winslow the revenge match.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
Yeah, the revenge match.
See how it
We're
goes.
talking about last in the spring Tuesday night marathon. Elliot won a crazy game against Kyron. But you still got to share first place, right?
No.
No?
I had to miss a few rounds for various reasons.
Okay.
So I was out of the running.
Okay.
So come back this time.
All right. Let's
Yeah,
look at some more games.
All right.
There was a kind of a. This game was, yeah. Why didn't Black play? Oh, he couldn't take on b4 because it was pinned. This is Black all the way. This game has been.
Is black a little bit better?
I think so. I mean, white has to untangle this bishop and rook somehow.
Yeah.
Right, he can't play bishop e1, I guess. It's just kind of...
Yeah.
93. So King f3 or King f1 or.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, couldn't black at some point just play rook b2 and try to win this pawn? But he's not even bothering. I guess he has to be careful that we don't end up in a 4-on-3 ending.
Yeah, White probably shouldn't even try to maintain a pawn advantage on the queen side.
But the problem is going to be the a pawns, right?
Yeah.
Because you can either lose the b pawn and the a pawns remain on the board, or you can trade all the queenside pawns, but you have minor pieces on the board. So either way, you're suffering and probably losing.
As for white,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're playing white here, you're obviously going for a draw, and you should definitely trade the a pawns if you can. Like, leaving the a
right.
pawns on, you're
And just play 4-on-3.
This situation,
with the minor pieces.
I mean, this situation existed all
But
the
the
way.
knight's just going to be better than the rook.
You know, I mean,
Or
all the way
knight's gonna be
back
better than
here,
the bishop.
Black was better, and
Really?
this-
Isn't this just equal?
it seemed like
You can't put the bishop anywhere?
I mean,
well, might maybe
knight c3
make
is a
them.
threat, right? Knight
It's
c3 is-
funny how White. I think this position was just like.
What do you play, king e7?
To get out of the pen.
I can't really believe that white's worse than you.
Yeah,
The king e7.
yeah. Yeah, it should be equal. Shouldn't
Okay.
it? He played bishop d2. Don't these moves make sense? Oh, rook here. Okay, that's annoying.
What do you think about that trade?
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Take.
You shouldn't be worse here. Takes, and then shouldn't you just play like b3 and just play chess?
There's you could even.
Okay. Now it seems like you might
Got
be
a little
finding trouble.
passive.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're,
Yeah, going past
okay.
Seem right. Okay, like
Yeah.
Okay. So if b3.
I'm actually not sure taking that bishop was a good idea.
Yeah, I agree. Knight takes
not.
c5.
It doesn't seem like it should be on the roll, but like, what if you
Yeah.
play like rook a6?
It's kind of what Black
Sure.
is kind of hoping for, I think.
like rook a1, like bishop d4, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
And
b3.
and
Yeah.
you're definitely not worse.
Probably not.
Yeah.
That knight's
This
a
is
little
kind of
clumsy.
Yeah.
this is what Black is hoping for, is the exchange of the knight for
Right.
the bishop. But it's funny that he,
The bishop shouldn't be
we
so
should just
bad. though.
unlock this door. Yeah.
The bishop shouldn't be so bad.
Unlocked.
Okay, so we went passive.
Yeah.
And then you played g3. Shouldn't you just bring your king over to the center at some point?
Yeah,
No,
I
maybe
mean-
that's hard to do. He's going to play rook c2.
So you can't stop.
It's uncomfortable.
Why don't you bishop g5 and rook c1? Then rook b8 maybe.
You could also just play.
I like that. I like that.
I think it was a pawn. Bishop g5 f6, rook c1, rook b8.
Couldn't you also just play something stupid like bishop e3? Are you really going to lose this position?
I've seen more equal positions lost.
Yeah.
Because bishop e3 I'm going to take, and rook c2, and
Right.
what is rook b1? Like,
I guess if I have to play
My
rook
king's
b1,
coming
maybe
b4.
I could also try to play rook d3, rook takes b2, rook a3, but then you're just dropping back to b7.
What's
You're gonna be
interesting
okay.
is how difficult
Yeah.
this actually is for White in a
It's
way.
a little annoying.
It's just like
Okay.
something to remember.
Well, you start to run out of chances to do things like this, right?
Yeah.
And then you play a4, and now your pawns are a little bit farther away.
h3 just seems like a complete waste of time. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, and well, an a4 and b4 seems.
Also,
Couldn't you
yeah.
just put your pawns on a3 and b2 and kind of ask the question? I guess he's going to eventually put his knight on c4. Yeah.
Or play A5, A4 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so he tried to do this.
King D7.
King B7.
It seems
That was odd.
It's like you said, Rook B. What's stopping Rook B2?
Can't I play Bishop E1 at some point now? And then maybe I'm okay?
Yeah, Bishop E1. Like,
I mean, it looks to me like White's going to lose a pawn on the queen
I mean,
side.
Bishop E1.
I mean,
Yeah, but the king is so far away now, you might be able to get counterplay on that 7 pawn.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to be able to win this pawn without giving me something in return? It's tricky.
Could start with Rook A2 maybe and fix the pawn.
That's true. Like Bishop E1, A2, I mean A5.
Right.
And
Right.
then go King B5.
But now even if you win B4, like the rook endgame would be
Right.
extremely hard to win.
I
Like,
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think previously, yeah, I'm not sure about
Maybe Black should have tried to play E5 or with the king in the center.
Or Rook
something.
C4 instead of King
Yeah.
B7, maybe? Right? Just
Well, I guess
try to take
he
his
doesn't want
pawn.
rook B2 because rook C1 check, I guess. But then like King D7 or King D6.
Yeah.
I mean, I think rook B2 needs to be played.
Instead of Rook C4. I guess Rook C4, Rook
Yeah,
B1
Rook
is
B2
gonna get
is
played.
just crying out to be
Wait.
played.
Yeah, Rook B2, Rook C1 check. You just put your king on D7.
And then it goes back Rook
Or D6.
D1.
Big whoop.
Well, I mean, oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, maybe that's what.
Well, I
that's
could also put my king on B7.
Yeah.
Or you, yeah, or
And then you
after-
put your rook back on D1, maybe?
you put,
Okay.
put the king on E7. Yeah.
Right, you could put the king on E7. Then it's on a dark square and maybe I can untangle some.
Seems like you have a lot of time. And
Huh, okay. So maybe you can also, with black, assuming that you don't let white untangle, you can just sort of sit here, right?
Maybe Black wants to play Knight B6 and force the pawn to A5.
Right, and then knight to C4. I mean, you can torture him for quite a while here.
Torturing is good.
Right, the lower, once
In
he gets under
chess.
10 minutes, it becomes really difficult to keep playing solid moves.
yeah, I mean, I think it's probably pretty key to keep the knight on.
Yeah, for sure. What else do we have here?
Okay, we were at Brian
Yeah.
Doyle's game a while back. Brian was making progress. He'd won a pawn here.
Okay,
And
yeah.
now there's been a little bit of simplification.
Ooh,
That's an interesting move,
he
huh?
likes the double pawns.
But he's won a pawn, and he's maybe...
Maybe there aren't double pawns.
Yeah, I
really
mean,
here.
after he takes, he has to trade the rooks and play.
F takes E3.
Right, and when he takes first on E3, you take with the rook, and now if he takes your queen, you play rook takes E8 check.
Sure.
But he didn't.
Or you have terrible pawns.
But if he played Rook E8,
Yeah, wait, why not? Rook E8.
Oh, because you can
King-
just play King F7.
King F7.
Okay, King of7. Yeah.
I wonder if he missed that when he went into this. It's hard to imagine you play King
Well,
F4
you
on
remember
purpose.
White's up a pawn, which
Well,
counts
sort of.
for
Yeah,
a
this is a-
lot.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
the worst pawn I've ever seen.
don't I play Rook F8 here?
That's a passed pawn at D5.
Do you have Rook E7? Is that the problem? That you're just sort of...
Even Rook F7, like,
What if I just play Knight F6?
Rook B3. I don't know. Rook E6. Doesn't White have all the chances
I
here?
guess so.
D6.
I just want to get to some blockading structure with my
D6.
knight on D6,
Yeah.
but you're obviously not
I
going to do something
agree that
straight
this is
rogues.
not. Black has some chances here, but like it seems that White
Could I
has
take
all
on
the
E3 and
has
play
all the real
C4?
chances.
What happens if I just try to queen my pawn?
Ooh.
That's what Sam Shankland would tell me to do.
It's funny. He comes here and lectures everybody. He really does lecture everybody.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
you're saying take E3, take C4, I guess bring the king in, King G1.
And the idea is you
Well,
just put the bishop on
maybe
E4.
bishop E4 first is more accurate.
I don't really have a quick way to get the knight around to cover C2, do I? It's
So
incredibly
apparently,
slow.
I don't think.
Maybe knight F6 and then after maybe bishop F6.
Somebody said White blundered his queen 5 moves ago. I'm going to go
All
back
right.
and look, folks, because I want to see where you thought Black had knight F3 check.
Okay. It's probably not
Let's
here.
see. It's not here.
Okay. H4.
Okay, no, White's. We saw what White's trying. Okay,
Was it-
that
was
was that was the last chance for knight F3 check.
No.
folks.
I think it's when the queen gets to F6. Let's
Oh,
make a few
okay.
more moves and see.
All right.
He says instead of C6, or C6.
And then queen F6. I know he is threatening knight F3 check.
No, it's not check,
That's a
folks.
It's not check.
It's not check.
Yeah.
Instead of C6, is this like a million moves ago? Do we have to go really
Well,
far
I
back?
think he might mean C5.
Yeah, you meant c5.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you take c. If knight f3 is not check,
Yeah, knight f3 is not the best move in this position.
it's not check.
Yeah, I don't think there was ever an opportunity to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So what about that decision to play bishop? Why play bishop takes e5? Maybe that was the wrong move.
All right, you can just kind of keep playing.
Play queen a4.
Yeah. It kind of seems like he's in the mindset of up a pawn and just
Yeah.
trying to trade pieces. And
It's a
get
bad mindset.
On the
to
other
be
hand,
in.
queen a4, knight g4, and then maybe
Could you
queen
also-
e8 check.
Did you suggest queen a4?
Yeah,
here?
queen a4 seems.
That's what I looked at. But knight g4.
Can't I? Oh, is there a pawn hanging on f2 somewhere? Huh.
National Master Dale, we're suffering from lots of hallucinations as well. No worries. We're all
I really
hallucinating
want to sack my
here.
queen.
Yeah, queen. I think queen a4, knight g4, like queen d7.
Yeah, yeah. And then, but
Seems.
I have
Queen
trouble,
a4, knight
trouble believing
g4.
this.
I mean, there's some, there are
Yeah.
technical difficulties, right?
You keep
But
the
bishop
queen on
e5
the-
doesn't look right.
No, why
somehow.
would you give up this bishop? I
Yeah,
mean, maybe you
yeah.
have to because he's going to play g5 or something, but
Or knight g4 is an
Yeah.
issue or something.
I guess so.
But I mean, yeah.
So he played bishop takes e5,
Yeah.
and then the rook took that. Now I'll bet you that was a surprise. Probably thought he
knight
was
takes,
going
you
to
just-
take
you
with
just
the
win
knight.
c5, right?
Oh, and I guess he doesn't have a good way to deal with these threats. Oh, could he play
Queen
queen
D2?
d2? Queen d2 is a good way. Yeah.
Queen d2 is simple, and maybe
It
better.
certainly seems
And if
simple.
rook e3,
Rook e3.
then rook e3,
trade.
and if queen e3, queen a1.
Or whatever.
That passed pawn on d6 though looks good.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
think-
queen
yeah.
e6 check is also picking up the knight. And like,
Yep.
Queen e6. I looked
Yeah,
at
instead of
only.
queen e8,
I only looked
yeah.
at queen e8. Yeah, you're
As
right.
did I.
Queen e6. yeah.
I was just like, queen e8,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
d6, queen the pawn.
and also
Okay.
another thing.
Huh, so that's funny. This seems like weird
Yes.
non-technique here.
Although, again, yeah.
David Askin's going in the tank trying to decide which way to play. I mean, this is really different now.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, even like rook a8 is an option. There's a lot of.
For sure.
Black has more defensive resources.
Yeah, I wish you could play rook c8, but you probably can't because of bishop h3, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You could play rook d8.
yeah, but.
I know, it's not.
I don't know. Maybe the more you look at it, the worse it is for black.
Black's got problems.
Yeah, black has problems. I mean, you're down. Of course, you're down the worst pawn in the world.
Yeah.
But it's a.
Well, you could also play. What if you just play king f8? I mean, I'm not sure that this minor piece ending is that bad for you now that white's pawn structure is crippled, because this pawn on d6 is not useful if your king. I'm sorry, on d5 if your king's on d6.
Right.
And if he doesn't
or a knight on
reconnect his
d6
pawns.
or something, yeah.
And that sort of prevents him from penetrating to e7.
I mean, yeah, if the rooks come off and yeah, king f8 seems like a good move. But like I could for sure seeing well, I don't know about for sure, but I could definitely see white losing this in some variations.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
actually have to be
yeah.
a little careful. I mean, you could play like rook b3 after king f8, but then I just have b6 probably, right? I'm just sitting
And
there.
the c pawn's so scary.
Although you have bishop h3, I mean, you have things. It's
It's
tricky.
an interesting position.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to decide, like, can you trade rooks here with black and hold on? And the answer is probably not.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that great. So like, what was wrong with knight f6? Are you playing d6 immediately?
King f8. We're looking.
Knight
at.
f6 might be fine too. Yeah.
Knight f6, like white definitely can't trade rooks.
Right. Yeah. Knight f6 makes a lot of sense. You could play rook e6. You could play rook b3. But if rook b3, then I just play rook e7? Question mark. Yeah, maybe not.
Seems okay. I mean, d6 rook d7.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, yeah. Okay.
King f7.
All right.
King f7. Same idea.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Now rook e6 is off the table too.
You could play it, but it might not be good here.
Yeah. I mean, the question is, could you play bishop h3 or something here and
It's
try to
interesting.
take
Yeah, it's
advantage
interesting
of
to
that?
decide to go to the light square f7. Seems not natural.
Yeah, we instinctively avoided it.
Right.
Maybe it's okay though.
Maybe. I wonder if you could just play d6 here.
Yeah, it seems like the natural move.
Or bishop h3 or bishop f3.
Yeah. King
like, there's a lot
f7
of
looks
tricks
wrong.
here.
King
on these light
f7
squares.
looks wrong.
Or bishop f1. There's a lot
Yeah,
of.
wait. Yeah, what about bishop f3?
Yeah, bishop f3 is
Idea is
interesting.
like a g6 f5,
Yeah, it's a problem.
and then we're fixing our silly pawns.
Yeah, you could play knight f6 in response.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, very strange move. Strange.
This is anything is
strange
possible
choice.
here. I wouldn't bet on black winning this, but I think black could definitely hold it with good play. Maybe.
Shall we take a look at what else
Oh
is
yeah, like
going on?
bishop h3 then.
Bishop h3 is good here.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
right? Bishop h3, put the bishop on e6 and rook
Yeah.
a3 or b3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that-
bizarre.
that
that
seems
Black would
strong.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Black missed a tremendous shot in this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Right here. Wait, queen c3 check looks so strong.
really?
Rook c3, bishop c3, queen c3, and e takes f3. And the rooks come to c8 and d8.
Huh.
It just looks
Interesting.
Doesn't it look
You can't castle?
bad? No, then there's a pawn appears at g2.
Yeah, but at least my
That's
rooks
true.
are in the right direction.
That's true.
Huh.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, but then the bishop sits on f3. It's definitely interesting. Just taking c3 straight up.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe in taking c3 with the queen.
Anyway,
I mean,
Because you could even play king e2 after, instead of playing queen takes c3 at the end.
You also play like rook c8 here if you're really trying to sack your queen.
Right.
I mean, get
Ooh, yeah.
actually rook
It's kinda
c8.
fun. Rook c8.
Question mark, how do you? Seems.
You take the queen and pray,
I mean, take the queen, takes king d2 forced.
and then you take on h1, I
Take on
guess,
h1,
right? But then we
sure.
take on g7?
Yeah, but then rook d8 check. Oh, then I get f3 with check.
yeah.
Oh no, you have bishop d4. There you go.
Okay, so I survive.
Bishop g7, e takes f3.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
you
man.
survive.
And
Oh, it takes the rook and then f takes g2.
then,
That's a pretty insane line.
Okay, I think I'm too stupid to figure this out.
Wait, yeah.
We got to be able to move the pieces, Paul.
No. This is.
I can't see more than 3 moves ahead.
Neither can I.
That was proven in my game tonight, actually, which fortunately you guys didn't have to see.
Did you win?
Oh yeah,
Okay. All right.
but I missed all sorts of stuff. I think.
Yeah. No.
The computer's gonna have some.
Okay.
harsh
So
words.
what is the main thing that we're looking at here?
I think
I don't
rook
know.
c8 is very strong.
Which rook to c8? Rook a c8.
Ooh.
That's true. Actually, rook f8 might be better
Okay.
technique.
Rook f c8.
Rook
Bishop
c8.
e5.
Bishop takes queen.
Rook takes
rook. King d2.
Yeah.
Rook h1.
rook h1.
And bishop g7 now.
I mean, yeah.
I think
And then we
we
take
take
on
g7
f3.
is
Yeah, you take
forced.
f3.
Okay, we take on f3. I gotta try to mate you on the dark squares, right?
I mean, it's very slow.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So can I play like queen c3 here?
And then, okay, take g2.
Yep. And then I play bishop h6.
Please let me mate you.
And then you
I mean,
play.
rook d8 check is possible.
Rook d1 check is possible.
Yeah, I mean,
Rook
yeah.
d1
Rook
check.
d1 check. I play king e2. Not taking that rook, guys.
King e2. I'll
Yeah.
make a knight with check.
Okay. It's actually a problem, maybe. Okay, I'll play king f1.
Why can't you?
No,
take
I've got a
d1?
rook on
What?
d1.
You have a
I've
rook?
got a
Okay, I'll
on
take
d1.
your rook this time.
Yeah, why can't you take the
Now
rook?
I'll take your rook. Now that you didn't make a queen. So maybe rook d8 instead of rook to d1
Yeah,
check.
rook d8.
And then if I play king to e2, then you play.
Wait, is
then
bishop
you-
on h8 or h6?
It's on h6. Should
Okay,
it be on
well,
h8?
So I mean, then now we can play like f6 at some point to get distract the queen. Like f6, and
I'm
queen
gonna get
f6, then
mated.
we have rook.
I think
rook
black
e1,
should be.
And you get mated.
It's fascinating. You might be able to underprint it. Okay. Cool. All right. So he should have played this crazy line, and he didn't.
Instead,
Yeah, that's the point.
kind of a. Yeah, and then what happened?
And then like white looks fine, sort
I
of.
mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
More than sort of.
yeah,
Right? What's this? What are these bishops? One bishop good? Ooh.
yeah. It's,
It's not clear. Black's
Yeah.
always been more active.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
It's
what?
weird. It's black's
Good
always
point.
been more active, and white's been behind in development
Right.
throughout this whole mess.
Huh.
Which is the only thing that leads me to think that black's play has kind of been okay, because it's sort of just been enough,
Yeah.
right, to sort of maintain an advantage.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Okay. So it is this.
interesting.
And bad things happen. But now white's got some play potential.
Yeah,
Sort of.
black starts munching.
okay. On h4.
Yep.
Yeah, here we go.
Slow but perhaps effective.
Right.
I mean, okay.
No, you can't h5.
what?
What? Okay, so
Wait, what's
is he
wrong?
trying to avoid queen d6 here? Probably.
Gross. Yeah, this
If
is
h5,
all,
queen d6.
This is all going bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now we're at d6. Okay.
Uh-huh. d6 is a key square.
Oof, okay.
Yeah, this is.
And white resigns soon.
Yeah.
And also white has 3 minutes left. Okay.
Okay.
And those are the games. Oh, so
Diaz-
Diaz1.
Diaz-
It's just up a piece.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. What? This
And
was
then
horrendous.
Another, so maybe this is why I was predisposed
Another
not to like
F6.
F6, is because like F6 got played.
I mean, he was lost way over.
I know, yeah, he's
But-
down a piece, but it was sort of
No, it was
baffling.
weird. Conrad him with e5, which I don't think he saw, but then instead of like sacking a pawn, he sacked a full piece with very suspicious play. So, I don't know, this is, yeah.
And here he was like, my pieces are bad and I'm down one. Yeah.
Strategically and materially.
So, do you,
Yeah.
can you answer a few questions way back when?
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, after.
Yeah, let's go.
How way
let's-
back when do you want?
No, I thought Black was doing fine at like
This
move 18 maybe?
Yeah, yeah.
This is theory?
My guess is it is. It
To some
probably.
extent. I don't know. This
Is
stuff.
knight
I don't
c4
know.
theory though? Don't you usually play
I have
Before
e4?
and let him sack or something?
Yeah, isn't that the line? And so there should be
But
something
let's
about
see.
castling. Seems like a little unaggressive. Like, don't you feel like you should be playing c5 at some point or
He
doing
did
something?
actually, but
Yeah.
or
Maybe trying to punish him to.
yeah, I don't.
something.
Yeah,
Knight
because
d5
otherwise,
maybe here.
don't you get rolled up at some point, or your opponent just gets the big center for free?
Yeah, c5 seems like needs to be played.
But I'm not exactly sure.
Well,
It's been a while since I looked at this.
so after castles, I think White doesn't want to play e4 right away because of knight e4 maybe and queen h4 check or something like, or
Yeah.
bishop e4.
Those are the lines.
Yeah,
Okay, so he does this. So
and that's kind
now-
of nice to be able to come back to f2, but Black got in c5,
right.
so I'm not.
Shouldn't he just
That-
trade queens and take on c5?
There you go.
Or just take on c5?
Yeah. I mean, also knight a6 seems fine. I think Black is just doing totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You could
agree.
play knight
I
bd7
agree.
probably if you
But
want.
Black went kind of crazy here.
G5
right?
seems really it's sort of like
Yeah.
it's not a problem in this ending once the
Yeah,
queens are
yeah.
traded if white takes on f6
Yeah,
like you're
I wonder
just
if he's,
fine.
like, too attached to his pawn structure or something.
Yeah, but so you got this bad pawn structure which might actually become a problem.
Because
now things are loose.
Corrected.
And now he can't take
I
on
mean, I still don't think he's doing that badly here.
yeah.
Bishop h7 was very confusing. I think should
Bishop
go to
g6.
g6. Yeah.
Oh, are you
There's
entering
like
games right now?
the king might want to go there. Bishop might want to go to e5. I don't know.
Okay, so now he just takes.
I emailed Abel my PGN and my game and stuff. Maybe I can email
Yeah, or d1, queen, or what do you, oh,
I think he-
two.
You're worried.
Okay, he could play queen
No, I haven't scored. I missed
e7
some
Yeah, queen
also.
7, queen c7.
Do you want your opponent?
I mean,
Queen c7 maybe knight
I got it on my
b5
phone. I was wondering.
Yeah, knight b5 is irritating.
maybe.
But then he could take on f2 and play queen c5 check.
Right.
That might actually be better.
Just email it just in case.
I did it.
Okay, but this sort of stuff
Conrad.
happened.
Then you're
Yeah.
good.
Right, so this is
Now
what you're
Black
saying.
should play knight c5 here, I think, or should try to.
I mean,
Because
White's
I don't
really
think
trying-
White can play knight b5 because of knight e4 check. One of the knights taking on e4 check.
I mean, yeah, White's clearly trying to get queen d6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is being
I mean, yeah,
telegraphed.
knight e5, interesting.
Yeah, knight e5 does.
Maybe queen d6 anyway, though, and then don't trade the knights.
Knight c5, there might be just enough time to play knight c5.
I kind of like knight c5.
If knight b5, knight e4 check has got to work. One of I
Yeah,
would hope
yeah.
so.
Okay, so that ties that right because he played a6 to stop knight b5, but you would much prefer to play knight c5 here, if that was an alternative way to stop it.
But maybe knight e4, fe4, knight e4 check, king g1. I mean,
Really? It's hard to
you
believe.
you can't check him on the long diagonal. You could play queen f4. I don't know.
Yeah, but you got 2 pawns for the piece and his
Yeah.
king's on g1. I mean, maybe
And you're doing something
Yeah, I don't
rather
know.
than playing a6 and
Yeah.
getting tortured to death after queen d6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a6 is pretty grisly.
Yeah, no, a6 is bad.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
here you should just trade queens, maybe, right?
yeah, just take it.
Just take it, man.
I guess you're knight d7, like, so takes maybe rook takes, and then
And then you're threatening e5 and
Yeah, and then if you play knight c5, b4
Yeah.
happens.
It's just bad.
Okay. Yeah, it gets bad in a hurry. I wonder. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think queen c7 is kind of bad too. I think
Yeah, maybe it's just.
your
too
queen should be on
autopilot.
e7. You keep that. You keep the white queen off this diagonal.
Maybe queen a3 then.
Or can you take b7? No.
Oh,
Queen e7, queen a3.
there is that.
insane.
That's a good point. It could be.
Maybe queen c5 check. I don't know.
Oh, it's late. Okay, I'm gonna go home and go to sleep.
All right. Good night.
Good to see you
Ian.
guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
Karen, you want to sit down, or
Sure.
you've got nothing else to do?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go. We're going to run through the last. Let me see if I can get. I'm not sure that we've put Karen. We've put your name down here
Okay.
as one of the.
I can be Andy. That's okay.
It doesn't look like we have. No, I'll take Andy's name off. Let's see. Yeah, boom. And then transition. Okay. So Kyron Griffith is sitting here with me, FIDE Master Kyron Griffith, and after having won his game convincingly, and now we're looking at the last half hour or so of play here at the Tuesday night marathon. Let me see, find the DGT boards and interact with the DGT boards. And
Hello, National Master Dale. Said bye, sleepy, but I guess he's back.
okay. Is Kevin Yanofsky GM Abe Yanofsky Jr.? No, I don't think so. I don't think they're related. Yeah.
This no, it's not the current position.
No, let's see what's going on. This is board one. Yeah, we don't want people coming in through there. Yeah, they can go around.
Can you go around?
No, let's see what's happening on board one here. Okay, I've got my hand on the mouse, and we just thought, and we see white building up. We did not like the way black
Yeah, this
was
looks
playing this.
Great for white.
Are you heading back or?
And
Knight takes g6, almost won a pawn,
knight takes d6.
but he didn't have it. I guess queen e2, knight e2, knight f4.
Yeah. Knight
yeah,
f7, then two pieces.
But then
for
knight
the-
f7, yeah, two pieces
Well,
for rook.
is it?
I don't
No,
know.
I guess not. Oh, I guess
I'm
it's
just curious about my game. Were you looking at it at all with Conrado?
Yeah.
I had a couple of questions about like the opening, if you happen to know anything about it. Otherwise, I don't want to distract you.
Actually, we were just looking at
Yeah,
that
yeah,
game.
sure.
We did. I don't think we knew much about. Come. You want to come and? Let's just quickly run through this game here.
That's just score sheet is accurate.
I'm sure.
Rook f8.
The two are just.
White's
It looks
just.
like White's struggling to figure out what to do though.
Just
Yeah.
there on that.
I mean, you should probably
And I'm trying to turn this
get the
So-
queen off the e-file, play knight h5.
Was there a chance here after knight g6 to play
saying knight d6 here.
d6?
Okay,
Just
so
throw it
knight
off.
takes, you take there.
Okay, thank you.
Knight d6, knight f4.
I mean, you can also
Oh
just
no,
take
no, yeah.
d6.
Knight takes
Right.
f4.
Oh no. Okay, so knight f4.
Knight d6, knight f4.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Some cheap shot I was looking at that didn't work out.
It's a
All
good
right.
try though.
So we're at this position where it looks like White's, has the pressure. Knight h5 is a good move. I mean, White's controlling the game here.
I mean, the big problem is that 5 minutes, which when you have a position like this, you should be playing much quicker with white because it's
Yeah,
much easier to find moves.
things could go bad quickly. Speaking of tactical shots, you don't want to fall for one.
Yeah. I mean, like white really doesn't have to be that careful because black has very little play.
Yeah.
So I do think being down to 5 minutes is a bad sign.
Yep. Okay. Let's go look at your game quickly. Back here, you were wondering about.
So yeah, in the opening,
Unfortunately, none of us, I think, knew.
Yeah, we're not Slav experts, but
Okay, yeah. So I do know. So I play the system with white, but I play E4 in
and
this position.
let him sack on E4.
Yeah, and let the piece sack happen. So that's what I was expecting to play with black. Honestly, I hadn't prepared for this at all because I didn't expect him to play 3c4, but
Yeah, he
because
usually plays a bishop g5 kind of thing.
exactly, that's more what I was prepared for.
Right.
But I figured that since I play this with white, I would be able to find the moves with black as well. So the curious thing here, so this is sometimes played, I guess. I was just looking, but
what's the move? I'm sure this is in all the books, folks.
Yeah.
We just don't know what it is.
I mean, we didn't think you got that bad of a position out of the opening. Also, we were considering C5 here immediately.
Yeah.
But, I mean, castles can't be that bad.
Okay, so let's just continue to run through that.
Right. So I was also thinking after castles, if he played E4 right away here.
You might have bishop e4 or knight e4. Or
Yeah, well, I was just looking at, I think knight e4 works because knight e4, fe4, and then queen h4 check.
And if g3, queen e4 check.
Exactly.
And wins something at h1.
And it just feels like it's a lot of stuff's falling. But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I guess that's why bishop g5 is played, h6.
Yeah.
Bishop back. I thought c5 made sense because his king is so stuck.
Yeah, we thought you were doing fine here.
We were thinking maybe you should just play bishop c5 or knight a6. Somebody thought knight a6 was possible. Or queen d1 first. Right.
Yeah, so I was thinking...
Yeah, we didn't like g5. We think the bishop's actually a little bit misplaced on h4, and you're never afraid of bishop f6. Queen d8, rook d8, bishop f6.
It looks like a bit of a panic.
The reason why I played it is because I was... This is my flawed logic, is I was planning on knight bd7, and then I got worried by e4, e5 with that pin.
But then you exchange on queen. You'll exchange. Oh, you're thinking of him playing queen d8 and e4 and e5.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's a good point, yeah.
So that's what I guess spooked
So
me.
you could play queen d1 and bishop c5 here. It looks to me like you could even play queen c1, bishop c3.
You can also play queen d1, knight d5. That seems annoying.
I think you might have a bunch of moves that are good here.
Yeah, queen d1, knight d5. What does he play? Rook c1?
What does e4?
Knight c3.
Knight c3.
Oh, knight c3 already.
Seems to.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because this is...
That might actually not be that bad for him, though.
You're ahead in development,
And this is correct, right? So
That's wrong, actually.
It's an option. Yeah, I guess e4, e5 could be a...
You could play queen d1, rook d1, and then even play bishop c3 and bishop c2 and bishop a4 maybe, or
right.
It looks like there's a lot of possibilities here.
Yeah, it looked like one of those positions where I see these grandmasters just go down a pawn but argue that the pawn structure is so shattered that it's fine.
Oh, wait, did you say queen d1 or d1 bishop c3?
Yeah.
B takes bishop c2? Yeah. No, I mean...
Can I interrupt a little bit? So the computer just showed us that there was a 3/4 repetition in Mugi's game.
Oh.
So
Figured it out.
probably shouldn't...
Did she claim?
No.
Yeah.
But the computer showed us there. So it's interesting case that
Yeah, the board tells you
the
that.
board, the computer
Interesting.
shows us
How
that.
did it do
I'll
that?
let you go to that, but yeah, if you want to...
Okay, we'll come back. Don't go away, Kevin.
Oh, you guys will.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so this position, we thought this was just going nowhere for black at all. But now, is it going somewhere for white?
Whoa.
What's going on here?
I don't know if white should have traded those. You're giving him the outside?
Outside?
Number 48.
A1 is a dark spot, though.
Oh,
It's
okay,
weird, but
so
you can never trade bishops anymore.
So it found a repetition here somewhere.
Oh, because it didn't repeat it right away.
It just found a
after bishop
repetition.
Yeah, it's a lot of times around.
Yeah, that's hard to claim.
Yes, that's right.
Uh-oh.
Wow, what happened here?
Wow, I guess it's still draw.
I hope.
Yeah, looks like still draw, but
This is what they are.
Amazing. F4.
wait, F4 there. Yeah, that seems risky, but looks like still draw.
Black's going to win the pawn at H2 or something.
Oh, I guess King E4, F4. Oh, you can't play F4. King E4. Oh, okay, yeah. Then you play F3. King E4, F3, and then you go play King
And
E5.
if E6, F, you make a queen, Black will have all the chances there.
Sorry?
If they both queen.
Well, white has a tempo, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what am I talking about?
Play Queen E3 check, Queen G3, and draw agreed. Actually, you play Queen G8 check, King H6. But I think White's considering King E4, but then Black can just play F3, and let's draw.
So it's a draw all the way around, folks.
It's a strange path
This is
to
a
a draw.
very strange path to a draw.
Yeah, it
because it seemed to me that I have no idea what was happening here.
I did not like White trading the B pawn for the C pawn.
First of all, this was it. Let's go back here. I mean,
Yeah, this makes sense. Gotta get a.
it's F. Yeah.
I wonder if Black. Oh yeah, Black should have played C5 for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, you should have played C5.
My name's Christian Clemens.
I mean, fixing
I mean,
White's
now-
pawns on B3 and C4, preventing King D4.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
No, it's okay. It's late.
no, I usually have my customers service my one.
No, it's okay. Rounds. Next round is so 3.
Yeah.
C5 was
threatening
a good
threatening
move.
F4 mate. Nice.
Yeah.
But
Amazing.
yeah, F6 was
Amazing. It looks like Black blundered and then got into a very difficult position here.
Yeah, this is bad. But yeah, White should just play B4 here. Like Bishop F3 seems. I guess she didn't want Bishop D5.
And maybe that's just a draw flat out, right?
Maybe,
because
but White can play on because none of White's pawns are targets.
but now you can't infiltrate. Oh, I see. You could maybe play King A4 or King A5.
Yeah, someday.
Funny.
I mean,
Yeah.
Black is completely passive in that situation.
But this happened.
Yeah, I did not like. Yeah.
And then Black got the outside pass pawn. Still,
Six.
this is fraught with danger, right, for both sides. It's crazy what happened here. Oops.
Okay.
Well, I did something wrong.
Gonna draw this way.
Yeah. Okay. So we're back to here. Queen, and then a draw.
Queen G8 check. Make sure he goes King H6 and then draw.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find it.
Computer says straw.
Look at that, folks. One of the miracles of chess is that the pawn gets to the back rank and becomes a queen.
It's a beautiful thing to see in the wild.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we go look at what happened on board 1?
Yeah, this one seems interesting.
Bishop C1, and Black is generating counterplay.
Okay, I mean Rook F7. Not sure
Trying-
it qualifies as counterplay.
Right.
Ezra should move a lot faster here, though. Like, I don't know. You don't want to be low on time as Black in this kind of position.
Yeah. White wants to play knight F5.
Yeah, I mean, not much you can do about that.
Unless you pitch the pawn at F5
Shove
yourself.
F5 and well, knight still gets there.
Yeah, I know, but
Your
at
pawn
least,
down, too.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, Bishop B2 kills all counterplay, though.
I know,
Like,
yeah. Black.
wait, what is he doing on Bishop B2?
Yeah, Rook B2 cannot work. Take, and F5, Rook B8. And that would finish him off, I think.
Yeah, what was he? What do you have planned here? Knight F4? No, that can't work. Knight F4, Queen D2.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to go Queen E7. That's,
Knight F5. Oh, and then Rook B2. Oh, no, you're taking, Knight E7 with check.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on.
This looks bad for Black.
we had this game, which we left at this point, and black, we were looking at this. I don't think you were looking at this, Karen.
No, I didn't see this one.
Yeah. Shall we go back a little bit?
Sure. What's the count? White's up.
Exchange.
And exchange.
Yeah. And black.
Okay. I mean, there is counterplay to it. All right. Take care.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like. Well,
black's getting some play here.
Yeah, Black's doing a really good job actually, making something happen here. Ooh.
Uh-oh, that doesn't look right.
Yeah. Looks like
something went seriously wrong here.
Okay.
Yeah, and we know this game is probably going to get played out till May.
Yeah, White's lucky not to.
Yeah, I think
deal with more there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this looks over. How'd your game go?
Oh, pretty well. Wow.
Nice.
And we have Sotokova that was winning a pawn here with knight b4, and bishop went back, and the pawn was taken.
Ooh, what?
That uncovers.
Yeah,
uncovers.
Okay. Oh, got the
okay. Interesting.
A5. Why not? Wait, why didn't you just take it?
Because the.
Takes b3.
Oh yeah.
I guess. I don't know. It doesn't seem that convincing.
Yeah. We're giving a cursory look here. And if queen a5 there, the bishop's hangs. Black is, yeah.
That's not what you want to see.
No, and now a dark squared attack probably, right?
Okay.
Lost a pawn back there, but that pawn probably... Black must be in the driver's seat here, though, with an attack, but still.
Yes, I mean, it's not that clear.
Not that clear.
I mean, yeah, I'm not sure why. Or did she have to lose that a5 pawn? It seems. I mean, yeah,
it looked like
Black should win quickly, but something went wrong.
Yeah. So here, where's the quicker win?
It's a good question.
Queen g1 mate.
Yeah. Sneak a bishop in there. I mean, yeah. What about like bishop c5 and then
blunder blasting in with the attack? Yeah.
But you play should b4. That's a greedy move. That seems.
Queen
seems
h4.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to have a threat though.
Okay, well, let's see.
I mean, b4 doesn't make sense. Like, keep the pawn, sure.
Right.
Queen c1, okay.
Okay.
So, maybe like bishop g5 here.
King g7, yeah. Maybe this was wrong to move back.
Yeah, it seems like he's just attacking the bishop and not doing much else. Yeah, it seems like she can find something to do here.
Maybe the knight should go back to g4 or something.
Yeah, well, bishop's hanging.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm getting punch drunk here. Okay.
Okay, queen e6. Just trying to win b3. Okay, knight f2.
And then what?
Knight f2 to e4, I guess.
White's done a pretty good job of sort of defending this. You're right, though. I would have gone after that. Maybe going after the e3 pawn was right with the bishop, or with bishop c5 earlier.
Yeah, I didn't like retreating all this, and then
the knight just went back and forth and nothing has happened.
See, why e5? Like you should play knight 2 and put the knight in e4. There's so many, like the squares are so much better. The options are.
Interesting.
Because the knight is actually has no squares in e5.
Right. I
don't know. Like now,
that
maybe White's starting to get happy. Like.
Interesting. Whoa. Okay.
Like early in the game,
let's go back.
being played by black. We would have known what those.
Okay, this game had an interesting finish.
Oh yeah, A5 was a
Tell
nice
me
shot.
about this move.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't take on A5. This loses, seems to lose by force. But
Okay, let's
it
just.
was interesting. I was wondering how White was going to make progress, but she found
before
some clever tricks. It's one of those where it's like
Was G5
very
correct?
close to a draw.
Yeah. I guess we have to figure out now what's.
Maybe he was shuffling the wrong way.
I'm not surprised, but I did.
Oh, okay. So the problem is E6 or
Well, E6 was not played, and I was thinking, why not? Maybe E6 was the right move, but instead, she found a really great
Yeah,
idea,
A5,
A5, which I didn't even think of.
yeah. That's
You said Sitzwong?
a good shot.
Yeah.
So the point is what? So King F8. What's the idea? Shove.
Guess E6 or G6?
But
No,
E6 you
E6.
take A5 with check
Institute does, but not chess. We would.
I guess King
Then
F8.
King F6 threatens Rook D8
Would be
mate.
a part of making that happen. That would be great.
That's true. Yeah.
Isn't that
Happy to help.
Yeah,
so
that was strong.
awkward, isn't it? It's strangely awkward for
That's
black.
an underdeveloped part.
So King F8, E6. Okay, King F8, E6. Like pawn takes E6.
Asking because there's
King F8.
where you're like waiting for the
Wait a minute. King, okay, then King F6.
And then I have E5 check. And if you take it, Rook takes A5
Wait,
check.
hold on, sit.
I want to play King F8 here. I think it's the only move.
Okay, E6 takes check. King F6, E5 check.
Right. So
I guess.
yeah, E6 doesn't work. King F8 maybe. I think Black still has to be drawing. It's starting to get close to a win though, because the Black Rook is completely immobilized.
Okay, so what about King F8, Rook D6,
Rook D6. Okay, well then we.
Rook A5, King F6, then
Yeah.
King F6.
Then we have to play King E8. And then Rook C6 maybe.
G6 or E6. It's nuts, huh? That's a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of different,
sure.
lot of different tries for White. A lot of different tries for
Yeah,
White.
I can see how Black messed up, but
Yeah,
I mean,
Black.
with an hour on your clock, you shouldn't play Rook takes A5, right? Like Rook A1. Yeah.
This was lost.
No, yeah.
I guess.
Well,
I guess this is lost. Yeah.
you can't win G5 and come back in time, I guess. Let me check. Oh, you can't even win G5 because Rook G8 check. Yeah. If you can't win a pawn, then you're losing.
Forced, I guess. Why not King G6?
Rook G8 check, I
check,
guess.
yeah.
Well, and I mean, King G6 was definitely the better try. King G6, Rook G8 check, King F5 instead. Yeah, Rook E1, just E6, and almost definitely lost there. So
King G6.
Rook G8 forced.
King
you can't
Can't
King F5.
play King F5. You have to
Yeah,
play King
okay.
H5.
Oh, King H7 though. Where's the Rook go?
Oh, I see.
F8.
Yeah, back
Maybe.
to F8.
Then Rook G8 maybe. Or Rook G1, I mean. Actually, maybe Rook G1 here was. No, I guess you don't have quite enough time for Rook G1 here. I don't know. Well, Rook G1.
Better resistance was
Yeah,
possible.
Rook G1 very.
So I can take it
Like,
home, type
you
it
have
up.
to. White has to.
Rook E1 just helps.
Yeah, I mean, this is.
This you can't just do nothing. You know.
Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
Huh. More unanswered questions
Yeah.
than answered questions. Interesting. Gaffigan Ivanov. This game. Okay, so what happened here?
Okay.
Finally, White pitched the pawn.
Yeah. Wow. For this. I mean, the knight's gonna be better than the bishop, like with pawns this close.
Yeah.
This is gonna be really hard to hold, especially low on time. Like. Yeah. Okay, so he's made a fortress so the White's king can't invade, and then. Yeah, and you have free range. Just run your king. You could play King B3, King C2 here. There's no fear.
Close to a win for Black.
close. I mean, White's found some good fortressing ideas.
And Brian Doyle, this game was interesting. We left it at this point, and
We did take.
he traded and played.
I'd be ecstatic if I were black here. Yeah.
Wow.
To get the pawn. You
Wow.
could definitely lose this. I mean, if anybody wins this, it's black for sure.
Interesting.
Knight b4, bishop c4. Ooh. I think b5 is more accurate than knight d4. But yeah, those pawns are loose over there.
Oof.
I mean, you should be careful not to get your knight.
Or lose on time.
Yeah. Okay, knight e7, king e5.
I guess. Oh.
I'm not sure.
Ooh, king f5. Okay, then king
Then
e7.
97
Oh,
Again.
you can take a draw. I'd be trying to win this
for
black.
for black.
I mean, okay, king e7, king f8, and then.
And then I think we had that position.
Yeah. Why don't you just go like
Knight a5 and c4 or something like that in that position?
Maybe, yeah, or just go try to harass pawns or the bishop.
Yeah. Black is running out of time. We're at a let's see what else is going on here. All the other games are finished.
Oh yeah, this one.
Did we see the end of this?
I think we saw, this was the one where White tried this attack and just didn't quite pan out.
Oh yeah. Okay. That guy Kyron Griffith. Yeah.
Sketchy game.
By the way, this is Kyron Griffith here. We don't have his name tag like we have with some of the other people, but
where is the? Yeah,
I'm interested to see the first board, how that.
Okay.
So
Bishop b2, Queen e7, Knight f5, Queen
Oh my
f8.
gosh. Oh, what?
Well, he's crashing through on f6.
Oh, okay, he wins the pawn. I'm like, taking that knight for that bishop unprovoked is just like a crime. But okay, you get a pawn. I even with the pawn, like
White is just.
I don't even know if I would have done that.
Yeah. Whoa, black sacks the exchange.
Yeah, that's bad news. Bad news bears. Wow. Okay, I mean that's just completely lost. Dang, big upset.
Yeah, except for white is.
Sotokova and Wong.
What happened?
Sotokova and Wong. Yeah.
Was it a draw?
No, they both won.
Sotokova won and Russell won.
Oh, okay. This is completely lost.
Yeah.
This is horrible.
Also, with like low time as black, you shouldn't simplify into this.
Asaya Kim can be a tough player.
Sotokova won this.
So what happened? Bishop
I wasn't convinced
e7,
at this point.
knight e4, h4.
Queen a1. That seems like you're trying to be a little too clever.
That's it.
White's going all over the board, but just gave away his b3 pawn
No threat.
for some, and is losing the knight and can't.
Yeah.
Folks, for the folks back home, Queen e7 is impossible because of knight f3 check. That's for the folks back home. Bishop a4, bishop d6. Coming up is knight f3 double checkmate, right?
Yeah.
How'd you do, Elliot?
Knight g4.
What? How'd you do, Elliot? Oh, congratulations. Behind us is Elliot Winslow. We can see his midsection as again.
Let me give him a side.
You gotta sit down. You gotta sit down. All right.
Are there any games that were still close? I mean, board one looks like White's gonna win.
Yeah, this is a Chambers won? No.
No, that's a mistransmission.
Who won? Did Kim win or Chambers?
Kim won.
How come it says the result says Chambers won?
That's a common blunder.
Thank you.
What happened?
No, it's my fault.
Oh, it's your fault? Well, no. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Well, you should put it right.
I would love to see your smiling face, Elliot. Get down here and get, yeah, you've got to pull up a chair.
You can
Here,
take
there's a
mine.
chair there. Okay.
Ivano Gaffigan was still interesting.
Okay. Shaw and this game ended in a draw.
Okay.
Okay.
We're still playing?
What was the other game? Gaffigan and Ivanov.
Did you win?
So,
Yeah.
you,
Okay, yeah, they marked it up.
Trading pawns is not really the way you want to go.
Do you have your score?
This
This looks like a draw now, yeah.
Something went wrong for sure. Whoa!
Oh.
Tricked him.
He's going to lose the pawn.
Okay,
on-
well now
oh,
it's a
no.
win.
Is it?
Yeah, for sure.
King H4?
You have to land knight f3. Put the knight on
Oh,
d4.
knight F3,
Yeah, put the knight on
yeah.
d4 and
Oh,
you
yeah.
have
96.
96 and knight f3 too.
What a
Oh, 96 wins.
what a disaster for Stephen. Let's
Maybe
see.
maybe it was maybe white.
Is this
couldn't
position
stay
now
on.
lost?
It's
Possibly.
e6 and then
Possibly lost.
Here.
What?
I wasn't sure if white really had to
Congratulations.
vacate g4.
Yeah. Mr. Kim,
Here.
you want to sit down and show
Yeah.
us your game really quickly?
Have a good night.
Thank you, Conrad. Leaving us is Conrad Griffith. We have International Master Elliot Winslow, and sitting between Isaiah Kim. Here's the mouse. Show us your game. Let me see. You killed him, is what I saw. I'm sorry.
It's harder than I thought.
No, you.
Was board 2 still going?
No, it was a draw.
Oh, it was, okay. His favorite
I
line?
think, yeah, this is.
This.
I hadn't prepared this, so I was just playing by ear. Now.
You didn't. You
I was
played.
expecting the slot for some reason. don't
I
know
think
why.
he should reconsider this opening. This just you played a perfectly fine game.
I thought knight a6 was weird.
Was bad. He should
I thought
play
he was going-
c6
or knight
probably.
d7 or something.
Yeah. Now knight e1 was strong too, but you have the right idea to play to exchange the light squared bishops. Knight e1 might have even been to go with the knight to d3 might have even been stronger.
I wanted to
But this
prevent
is-
knight c5 so I could go b4.
Yeah. I mean, this is just played. This is just good for you. We were looking. We were all the masters looking at this game thought this was just bad for black.
I thought this was. I couldn't decide between rook c1 or king h1. I decided on this.
King h1 is always a useful
It's less
move.
committal.
Yeah. That was a nice move too. We liked that. That was a good move. With the, yeah.
It felt really difficult in the game though, because he has so many options. I wanted to.
He
keep
should
his
play
knight.
f5 here now.
Yeah, I thought he should.
He's got to play f5.
This is like all those old kings, all those old.
Yeah.
I was either going to go bishop f2 or knight f3.
Well, f5 is absolutely forced here. I mean, I think.
Yeah, I thought rook b8 was too slow. So I.
Yeah,
tempo.
this is just bad. Terrible for block.
Fisher Burns, something like that. Somebody.
This
And
is
now I'm
just-
threatening bishop takes c5.
Yeah.
So he defended. Or I mean, he had queen d7 if I did immediately. So I played rook f1.
Yeah, and you don't. But let me just say that you don't have to do anything fancy. Here.
Yeah.
You've got
I
it.
mean, when
You've got
here
him by the
was-
really. You've completely outplayed him.
I started burning time because it was just so hard to find.
Well, you know what? In these kind of positions, just move around and wait
Yeah.
for the blunders. You know, and they're bound to happen.
So I eventually reshuffled and brought this knight in.
Right, and then the other one can go to f5. This is just, you know.
And I just want to get rid of this good knight.
And that was a really good plan. Yeah.
Bishop g5.
That was a nice little shot, I guess.
Now I'm going to go
Knight h5.
knight.
Yeah, and he's just opening the game up is going to help you.
I think he missed bishop b2. So I had 3 minutes. And he was just trying to, like, I guess, trick me. So bishop b2, rook takes, queen takes, rook takes, f5, but I rook d8.
Rook b8 wins, yeah. And that's a simple enough calculation.
So I think, yeah, after this, he just lost 2 tempi for free, so it's okay.
Well, it's just, and
Yeah, his position.
And he couldn't play rook b2 because he take on e7 check.
Uh-huh. Maybe I should have gone H4, but I was just playing with minutes, so I was just playing it safe.
This is fine.
And now I saw the plan to just pin his knight. He can't go king f8 because bishop g7.
Very nice. Yeah.
So here it's just so.
Yeah, you played a good game. Sometimes you don't have to do anything fancy, you know.
Yes.
I mean, he kind of committed seppuku, you know. I mean, he lost the game on his own. I've done the same thing. I know exactly what it's like. You lead yourself by the nose into disaster, you know. But you were there. You were the right person at the right time and just took advantage of it. You know, let that give you confidence in being able to play 2,300 strong 2,300 players. You can take them down. You really didn't have to exert yourself that much. Just play good chess. Play good chess, man. You did. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Any games going?
Let me see. Are there any games going on the top boards? No, we're all done. So Juan, can you show me a great transition out of here? Oh,
you did?
Yeah. I think we're all done with the transmission tonight. Thanks, folks. It's the Tuesday Night Marathon. Live broadcast is all over for the evening, and we're going to be back next week. And thanks for sticking with us. Okay? And we're going to leave you with the slideshow. There is Joyce Carol Oates, who was here at the Mechanics. Good night, everybody.
Places where it can be seen.
You were.
Are we going to stop streaming, or we're continue
And remember
streaming?
to follow us in Follow Chess.
Watch them clean up the room.
Yeah, Chess24 and Chess
Facebook and Chess Bomb.
Chess Bomb.
We're
Chess
also
24.
archiving
Follow
all of
Chess.
them.
And where?
Follow Chess.
Yeah, I know. Follow Chess24 bomb
Chess Bomb.
and on our own thing.
And we're also archiving all of these videos on YouTube. Yeah, they're all on. We have a YouTube channel, and all of our videos are on YouTube.
See you next week, guys.
So see you next week. Bye now.